Yo, what it do? What it do? Let a few people get in here. Let a few people get in here. I'm gonna move this picture up there.
Yeah, we have a whole army station.
Alright, so that's cool. Well, that's not online, Bubba.
Well, we got the army station.
Okay, that's cool. I'm glad. Happy for you in your video game.
People in the army.
Alright. What's good? What's good, everybody? Tap in, tap in. We got a video we're gonna react to. What up, Noah? The title of the video is Charlie Kirk Destroys Whatever Podcast Full of OF Hoes. I mean, OnlyFans models, my bad. OF Hoes was a little too forward, I guess. Nonetheless, that is what it's going to be about. This video is literally like 2 hours and 36 minutes. We'll probably skip through some segments of it, just to kind of fast forward it along. But if y'all like the video, go check it out in its entirety on the Whatever channel of YouTube. This is episode 1 of this. There is a second one of this as well. So I'm going to let a few people come on in so that we can get this thing going. Kill some of these damn lights. I feel like I don't want it to be green in the background. Now it looks pink from there, but it's red and blue.
In the army. In the army.
I don't know what colors those look like. This looks like a big blur. It don't matter. Just looks like a big blur. It's good, Carnage. Carnage with his little letter play over here, huh? What's good, everybody? What's good? So I've already introduced the video. We're gonna get into it here in just a minute. I was trying to let a couple people come in, but obviously this channel doesn't garnish a whole lot right now. Let me get the stream up. And share. Let me know if the audio comes through okay, or if I need to change the way the audio is. I'm going to leave it so that it kind of plays through the mic right now. We'll just have to see how it goes, though. So this is the Whatever podcast, obviously, with Charlie Kirk debating OnlyFans models on multiple different topics. So I'm going to go ahead and get into this. I can tell you this, women right here, most of the women here at this table are the reason why a lot of men want to stay single. Especially in this modern day fest. You can't hear it? Alright. Let me get it so that you guys can hear it. So I guess it doesn't play through my speakers from the video like my voice does. Alright.
21 and I'm from Chicago. I am a streamer and I do a lot of social media influencing.
All right, welcome.
Hi, my name is Erin, aka Straighterade. I'm originally from South Texas, but now based in Miami Beach. I'm 25 and I work for Progressive.
You can't hear it now? You still can't hear it right now? You good? All right.
Victory, which is a PAC dedicated to helping get progressive politicians elected to office.
All right, welcome back.
Gotta go kill the Chinese
Or are you saying good that we can't hear? Well, which is it? Can you guys hear it now or no? Carnage kind of threw me off with that. I was thinking he was saying good to me, but he could be saying good to Messi.
They do not know political stuff.
All right, good.
Hi, I'm Savannah. I'm 20.
All right, come on.
My birthday just happened. 26. I'm 26. I'm from LA, and I'm a clothing designer / model.
Okay, welcome.
Hi, I'm Pixie. I'm 24. I currently live in Miami, but I was born and raised in Puerto Rico. I also work with
I was born and raised in Puerto Rico.
Progressive Victory in the streaming
24 hours. 24 hours.
operations, helping
Till the sports stream.
connect streamers to legislators to help pass progressive legislation. So
Well, shit, actually, 24 hours is going to go past some of those sports streams. I forgot Sunday starts early.
yeah, here I am.
All right, welcome back.
Hi, I'm Angel. I'm 19. I do social media and I am a piercing apprentice.
Okay.
Because this is the other channel. The one that she's technically not supposed to be on.
Got it.
Hi, I'm Tina Snows. I'm from Dublin, Ireland. I'm 25, and I'm a content creator on social media, on OnlyFans. I also work with productions on adult movies,
There's 403.
and I'm also
what you
involved
call
in
them?
influencer boxing
Carnage?
scene, and I've just started streaming on
Table
Twitch.
full of
You do any
403.
boxing yourself, or you're just involved
I've
in the
only
promotion?
just started training. I took it up 2 months
It's because she's supposed to really only be on the other channel. This channel is supposed to be for a little bit older.
ago because I've already done the ring girl. I've done ring walks.
We don't want these girls to be a negative influence on that young lady.
So I'm taking
Okay.
the training now and seeing where I can go. Maybe 2024, you'll see me fighting in the ring. Who knows?
Got it. Okay.
304, that's right. I
Hi,
called it
I'm Molly
403.
Little.
That's it.
I'm
I
20,
flipped
and
it up
I'm a
that
porn
now.
star, and I do OnlyFans.
I'm Charlie. Charlie Kirk. Honored to be here. And
We got Snooki in the background over here. This looks like Snooki from Jersey Shore. Am I wrong? How many of y'all know what Jersey Shore is? This looks like young Snooki off of Jersey Shore over here. But all right.
I run Turning Point USA and also host a podcast, The Charlie Kirk Show, and have a YouTube channel, all that good stuff.
Sweet.
From Arizona.
Age?
I just
right.
turned 30, so I'm getting too old for this stuff.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, okay.
Turning 30, so I'm getting
When
too
was
old
your
for this,
birthday?
Charlie said.
October.
Oh.
Yeah.
Great. So what we're going to do is we're going to go around the table once more. What is everyone's current relationship status? So are you single, talking stage, situationship, friends with benefits, relationship, married, polycule? How long have you been single if you're single? What's the longest relationship?
I
A
don't
little
think we really
uncertain
care.
about the length of your longest relationship.
Yeah.
Is it a bit hazy in the sense of, was it on again, off again? Is that kind of what you're...
It wasn't really on and off, but it was kind of like we dated for 6 months and then we were in a
It's something
past
that caught
her.
my attention, and I disagree with it. Because
Get
you
past
said
their
something
damn
like,
relationships.
I
We
hope
don't
all
care
of you
about
can
their
like experience that, and like, you said something like, I hope all of you can experience that, and I mean, I don't disagree with that. I hope we can all.
She's responding to Charlie saying marriage and children. Hopefully you have a marriage and children. Hopefully, and then now she's responding to that statement.
Experience joy in life like that. That's amazing, but I just feel like I don't know why you said it that way. Like maybe we're not.
This female's reading into things a little too much. Why you said it that way? Like the way you said it though means like you don't think that we're going to be able to have those type. No, because no man's gonna want to marry you when you do the things that you do.
Going to
Or
experience
you're
that
probably
because we
not
don't
gonna
have
have
the same
children,
values
or
as
even
you.
it's gonna be out of wedlock.
I
Is that
don't
what he
get
said?
From that.
I thought it was.
I don't think that's what...
I don't know.
That's not the impression I got, but I'll if Charlie wants to answer.
Well, if I said it that way, I didn't mean it that way. But do you feel, and is that a goal that you have, to be a mother?
No, this should not be. Us dumber.
okay. The P star is giving Charlie a covert. Well, okay, all right, okay, I know, okay, all right. Moving on.
No, but Molly, do you think that
Keep it.
is that okay? No.
Oh no, sorry. Go ahead.
No, is that a goal that you would want for in your life?
Someone donated $200 and says this porn star is giving Charlie a hand job under the table. That's just kinda
To be a
hilarious.
mother.
100%. Yeah.
Do you think that in your self-described current line of work that is
She kinda smiles like she
more or
wanted
less
to.
likely?
What do you mean by likely?
That's hilarious.
I mean, maybe you can tell me more about your line of work.
10 months.
What would you like to know?
Do you think that it's a
$200 donation. Yeah, they
good,
can get big
happy
donations.
family in the future?
Shout out to the whatever podcast. Hopefully they don't
Right now
copyright
I'm working on it.
me
Yeah,
for this.
me and my
I tried to give them a shout out in
boyfriend are doing really well in our
I
relationship.
tried to give them a shout out, and I shared their link in the description. So hopefully I don't get struck for this. If y'all like the video, go check out whatever podcast on YouTube or whatever other platforms they're on. They got some pretty decent content.
And honestly, I think contrary to what most people would believe, I think being in porn.
Charles says Molly is called projecting your insecurities on Charlie because you know what you are doing is wrong.
Has strengthened us.
Why is that? I've never heard that.
Yeah.
What can you tell me why?
So basically, like, being in porn and having sort of like this open type of relationship where you can have sex with other people. Obviously, there are certain boundaries in the relationship, but it really makes you think about.
I mean, of course, there's boundaries in a relationship, and sleeping with other people shouldn't be including in the things that you are okay doing. Like, you marry somebody, that's your significant other, that's your partner for life.
You know, what's important, why you love this person, and, you know, you start to really hold things true that are deeper than just sex, and I think that...
Yo, Shroom, you talking about the one in red? The one in the red? I think there might be two of them that could be a man. I'm not sure. The one in the red and the one beside her, both could probably be.
On top of that, you can share sex with other people together, and that's really bonding. That's really fun.
It's so bonding for you to go sleep with other people other than your significant other. That's going to be so bonding for you and your significant other that you're sleeping with other people. Yeah, go do that and see how that works out. Like, some people might be kind of kinky and into that type of thing, but sleeping with other people is not going to be a bonding experiment for you and the significant other that you're not sleeping with. Like, come on.
Are you ever worried that
Jacob
you ever get jealous of him if he has sex with other people?
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
So how does that strengthen your relationship?
Because we're able to talk about it, and I think every time that I bring up
someone without a woman talking shit about a woman,
and we're really able to like
work
on that bond, it just makes it stronger.
Have you ever, when you were having sex, do you ever think it's more than physical? That maybe there's emotional and spiritual connections you might be introducing?
No.
So it's a purely physical experience?
Yeah.
See, for me, sex is more than physical. It's actually, that's the least part of sex for me because I get to share it with my soulmate. It's my best friend.
It's definitely a big energy exchange.
It's a big energy exchange. And so, Molly, I would ask respectfully, you know, wouldn't you want to only share that energy exchange with the person that you love most and want to have children with?
I think sex can exchange different types of energies. So like you can exchange an intimate type of energy, or you can exchange a really passionate, like horny type of energy. You can exchange dull energy during sex. You can exchange manipulative energy during sex. Sex can be used for a wide variety.
Yeah, I think either of these two could be a man. Maybe this one over here. But
things, and I think the biggest one is like marital spiritual connection, but you can't deny that there's other benefits to it as well.
If you could be with your boyfriend currently, and I waved a magic wand and I said you can make $1 million a year and never do porn again, would you?
No.
Okay. Okay.
That's why Carnage Jr. will never be with Addie, because I'll be helping pick my daughters.
What? Are you making more than that a year, Molly?
Which is nobody. Daughter's gonna stay locked up with a chastity belt for the rest of her life.
Not
I'm
yet.
just playing.
Oh, well then, I mean, aren't you doing that? That's your profession, so I assume you're doing that to make money, correct?
Yeah, 100%. Well, also
But Charlie just has a magical wand. He's got, that's not the wand.
For the sake of argument.
He's used the wand. You can make $1 million a year.
Yeah.
You don't have to do, the adult content.
She says, yeah, go ahead, pay me $1 million a year. Pay me $1 million a year. I'll still want to do porn, though. Even though that's why I do porn. I do porn to make money. So, but I'm not going to quit even if you pay me $1 million a year when I don't make $1 million a year as a porn star.
Well, the thing is, I wouldn't have to do it. That would be great, but I would still want to do it. I mean, personally, like, I'm an exhibitionist. I love, like, putting my sexual self out there for other people to see, for other people to, like, you know, touch themselves to, have fun with.
Can I ask you a question? Since you're about presenting yourself to the world, do you have a good relationship with your father?
Knew that was coming.
Okay, here we go.
No, I don't talk to him.
Of course.
I'm
You
not
don't
surprised.
talk to her about it.
I actually think it's principled that you said you wouldn't give it up just for money, because that shows that you do it for reasons beyond just like financial ones. That shows you have like a genuine passion and interest in it.
Grid 1 Motorsports donated $200. In other words, sex is whatever she needs to make believe it is at the time she needs to rationalize it. It's called whole logic.
Oh.
I wouldn't use that
Banana
language,
ball.
but Molly, what I would say,
Hold up. Motorsports donated 200. Said, in other words, sex is whatever she needs to make it believe it at the time she needs to rationalize it. It's called whole logic.
is you seem like a sweet person. Maybe something to think about as the years go on, that maybe sex should just be saved for the person you love most. I would ask you or the panel, what would your definition of love be?
What the fuck is
Or
banana
just
ball?
anyone. I mean, that's just a fundamental question with dating,
I
right?
don't even know what the fuck banana ball is.
Is that a tough question, guys? What is?
Kind of, yeah.
Never even heard of
It's a
it.
feel
very
like love is
complex
complicated.
answer.
You know what? Let's go around the
Sorry, I
tables.
don't mean to-
Oh, no, it's great. It's
No,
great. It's great. We'll go around the table. Do you want to answer? So your question is, what is love?
Yeah, that's a song too.
What is love?
It's a good song.
Yeah,
It's a
or
good song.
how would you define love? Because I think
How do you
that
define love?
shouldn't that, can we all agree that's probably a good goal of dating, to find love? Do we all
Yeah.
agree on that?
Yeah. Yes. So we'll start with you. We'll go around the table. If you guys want to give your answers for that, go ahead.
I feel like love is
Are you
an
talking-
emotional connection between two people that value each other and accept each other for who they are. I feel like that's what love is. I feel like real love is when you find kind of, I guess, things you don't like
Yeah,
about the
I don't
person
have
you're
the
with, and you still
sense
choose
of
to be with
Gen Z
them
lingo.
and grow with them either way. I feel like that's real love.
I don't have.
I feel like that's more of a
Gen Z
romantic
lingo
type of
pulled
love.
down.
I feel like love is something that's going to
Don't feel like
transcend
there's-
just romantic relationships. And I would say it's like an emotional bond that exists between human beings. And I say human beings just to specify that I don't think it exists between people and things, because I think that's kind of materialistic.
Flan Life, thank you for the gift
Flan
and
Life
membership.
donated
Appreciate
50
it. Sorry, go ahead, Aaron. Go ahead.
Just that I think love is a connection that exists between people, not things, to get away from more like a materialist understanding of like people saying like, I love my car, or I love this item or whatever. I don't really think that constitutes love. But other than that, I would not be able to really define it. It's a question that philosophers have been debating since the beginning of time. I don't know that it'll be answered on this podcast.
Hold on.
Donald Trump donated $200. I'm pleased to
Oh,
announce
oh,
Charlie
oh,
Kirk as my
that's a big
VP.
Please announce Charlie Kirk as my VP pick. It'll be the best big Trump Kirk 2024. Tremendous. We'll make America great again. No, he's trying. This was before the 2024 election, I guess. He was saying Trump and Kirk for 2024. That would have been great. I would have been more for JD Vance and Kirk 2028. JD Vance and Kirk 2028 would have been great, but we can't get that type of shit now. So
Best. Big. Trump Kirk 2024. Tremendous. We will make America great again.
For the record,
I'm
I'm not old enough. For the
Oh, you're
record.
not old enough to be the VP
yeah, I just wish it wasn't occupied, Carnage. I just wish the occupancy wasn't there. It's a tainted thing.
pick. Okay. I thought we had a whatever exclusive here. Charlie Kirk,
35.
the VP pick. Okay. Sorry, Aaron. Go ahead.
No, just that.
Oh, okay. What about you?
I agree with both of them, so I don't really have anything else to add.
Okay. All right.
There's different types of love. Obviously, we don't feel love for our parents the same way we do with a romantic partner.
The problem is, girl, that you never got to feel the love from your parents at all, and it's why you do what you do. Or you projected their love into hate and didn't like the discipline, and you rebelled, and this is what you do. Either way, the love you never got from your parents is part of your problem.
Or friend. Yeah, but with that being said, I would classify love as a deep connection and emotion that you share with someone, and also kind of.
That is why Trump ain't with us no more, because they knew Charlie was moving away from the Jew. He was moving away from the pro-Israel side of things, and he was starting to see the light, and they couldn't afford to lose him as an influencer of the youth because of the amount of people that he was able to touch with his words and draw in. They couldn't afford to lose Charlie Kirk. So they said, if we can't have him, nobody can.
Kind of like really hoping for the best for that person, for who they are in their future, and just like what you hope you can do together as well.
Okay.
I agree with them as well. I think love is accepting someone for all of them, not just the good parts. And I think that it should be like unconditional if you're going to love someone, that it should be, you know, the good and the bad.
That's a tricky one for me because I have a hard,
50, whatever membership.
I'm difficult to kind of deal with the term love and things around it. I'm kind of scared of it, but I feel like the main type of love that I like to focus on is just the self-love. Like as the rest of the girls are saying, there's so many different types of love.
I don't want to love nobody else. I just want to have my self-love because I'm a man in a woman's body, and I have to love myself.
You can find it in a partner, but I feel like, I don't know, I couldn't imagine myself loving someone unconditionally, but myself.
I couldn't love anybody unconditionally other than myself. Oh, freaking.
Sure, I can find ways.
Can I ask a question?
Absolutely, go ahead.
Why do you think you're afraid of love?
I don't know what it is. I think maybe the commitment. And it's like, yeah, it's scary, isn't it?
Would you say other people are you afraid of love?
I feel like
feel that way?
I feel like people are afraid of happiness because happiness isn't long term. You can't stay happy forever, especially with the person. It's not always going to be perfect. So I feel like a lot of people are scared of love because I feel like, well, let's say you're in a relationship with somebody, right? And I guess the best thing you can hope for is to end up dying.
People can love people unconditionally. I don't have any conditions on the love for my family, for my children. I love them no matter what. There's no condition on it.
Dying together. It's no matter what, it's never like forever lasting. So I don't know. I think that's how it is.
And it's also scary because like if you give more to someone and they like don't give it back, like that hurts a lot.
Aw, it's so sad. She loved somebody so much that they just didn't love her back. I wonder why they didn't love her back. Is it because her daddy issues caused her to go do exposure content with her body? Maybe.
I think honestly that's the most beautiful part about love because true love.
Love my sons? Yes. Agree with my sons? No. I would try to correct the problem. I would try to fix it. I would try to like get it to be different.
Doesn't really care whether you're loved back. It hurts if you're not loved back, but
personal choices doesn't dictate whether I hate or love somebody. Doesn't mean I agree with personal choices. That's That's disingenuous, Messy. That's very disingenuous of you. No, I mean, I'm not saying that their choices won't have repercussions because I don't support it. But I would be still trying to guide towards the correction of that.
But you're still going to
God didn't dislove them. He just told them to sin no more, right?
love that person or yourself or whatever. But I think that love in general is just a deep understanding and acceptance.
My boys have been taught love is something that a man and a woman shares.
Of a human being.
Yeah, the
Well, that's your life, man. Like I said, me not supporting their life choices would have repercussions that would be, put on to get them to correct their ways.
the Greeks had 4 words for love. English has screwed this up. So in Greek, the first word would be phileo, which is the brotherly love, the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, right? So we all know that what that's like to love a sibling, right? But that's a completely different type of love than storge in Greek, which is to love a child, which is my wish for all of you.
See, I'm different though. I wouldn't disown my children. I would try to guide them back towards the light.
It's a great thing, as I said. Also, there is
But my
eros,
job as a
which
parent-
some of you may have
but my
heard before,
job-
which is
My job as a parent, raising them, is to guide them away from that from birth. So I've already been on that project, of guiding my children in the right direction.
erotic. We get the English word erotic from. But then there's this.
You looked at me.
Did you look at her?
I did
didn't.
kind of glance right in her direction right as you said that.
So, and then the last is agape, which I'm a Christian. We believe that's the highest form of love, which you guys mentioned sort of, which is you would give your life for that person.
Okay.
And that's a very hard thing, right? Now, I would give my life for my wife in a second and for my child. And I guess my question is, and anyone
Yeah,
can
you got
chime
all
in,
the back.
through the current hookup culture, OnlyFans, is it more or less likely to get towards that ideal self-sacrificing type of love?
Of course it is, because a significant other is not going to want to love you if you're exposing yourself. How can you be committed to someone but then exposing yourself to others for the value of $1? Like, you're degrading yourself for the value of a fucking dollar. It's disgusting.
Personally, I was just gonna say, personally, I think that a lot of people today are so wrapped up and stuck because they don't know how to love themselves, and that causes,
I don't expose my body for the value of $1. No, I don't. My ass ain't out there making X content.
a lot of
I stay clothed, sir. I stay with my clothes on, sir.
stuff to happen, and it can cloud your mind from really being able to what's the word I'm looking for, pursue and look for a connection with another person.
And also with like social media and like dating apps and stuff now, like people are so used to like having options and just like literally just having like whoever they really want to.
Batman threw it
So
back
it's like
at
a
you.
lot harder for people to be like,
Yeah.
I guess, more
Don't throw it
serious
too
because
hard.
once
It'll just bounce.
Go ahead, keep going, keep going.
because like I don't know, like for a lot of
You got the
people
first
that are
one.
into like hookup
Now you
culture and
just
stuff,
place them
like
up there.
I don't know, I just feel like
There
there's a
you
lot
go.
of options and people don't take it serious because there's so many people to choose from. And like if they don't like one thing about you, they're like, oh, okay, I'll just find someone else then. Like, I don't know, it's kind of
Like I say, social media has made it hard for couples, especially in these younger generations, to stay loyal and faithful. Because every time you open your phone, your options are out there. Like, you can easily find an upgrade that would make you want to discredit what you already have. And that's not part of the sacrifice you take when you commit yourself to somebody. So, to me, I'm not a big social media person. Like, I watch some YouTube videos, but as far as like being on other pages, I have pages and I have used them in the past, but like, I'm definitely not big. I'm not on no page to try to talk to nobody other than like my YouTube, where I'm trying to just get perspectives from other people in the community and grow the community. But
But I think that goes in terms
y'all
of
just tapping in with us. Make sure you guys hit in the comment button. Let us know where you from and what's good with it.
like anybody, not just OnlyFans people.
yeah.
OnlyFans obviously does get in the way of someone wanting to take you serious, But I've actually noticed OnlyFans has got a lot more guys in my DMs. So when I post a booty pic, everyone is loving me.
Well, do they love you or do they lust you?
Well, it's probably more lust, but it's still something to feed my attention, ego.
If you could find a stable
What are you singing in there? Boy?
soulmate, would you quit that line of work? If you were totally financially supported, similar to the question of Molly.
I mean, anything to make me stay in bed all day, I'll take it. So, yeah, but in terms of a soulmate, I don't know. Like, I'd rather myself be my own soulmate. Like, I was raised by an independent mother. I haven't really seen much of a, like, kind of, I guess, a relationship. But I also feel like you don't really need it. My mom has done everything for herself and for me. So, I don't know. I feel like menopause as well. I'm going to get sick of them. And I'll be in a marriage that I will regret.
I'll be in a marriage that I regret with kids that I hate because I don't never want them. I'm too selfish.
So
Sick of who?
If I get married.
Oh,
So
sick of
if I
your
do
You
get
guys have
married
such
and
a dark view of marriage. It's a beautiful thing, everybody. It's this exciting, amazing. No, trust me. Part of the problem is the culture is so dark and terrible.
It is.
I will be perfect. It's very hard.
They all
Marriage
did.
is very difficult. It's the hardest thing I've
They
ever
all
done.
grew up
And raising
without
kids is
a
even
father.
harder than that.
Why
And
you
I've done
think
some
they're in
difficult
the
stuff,
industry that
but it's
they're
by
in?
far the most fulfilling.
Great.
Charlie, do you think people should wait until
My ass is
marriage?
over here. My ass is over here trying to time out the video on this screen when this is just my recording screen instead of the actual screen, like a dumbass. But yeah, they all fatherless.
Sex.
True. They
Ideally,
all
of
have.
course,
Well,
yes.
maybe if they're
But
not
I'm not here to
fatherless,
judge
they have
people.
bad
I mean,
relationships.
I'm not here to say that you're a bad person or whatever. I have my.
Sorry, can I just ask?
Yes, sure.
Did you wait till marriage?
Yeah.
Oh,
It
really?
was the greatest decision of my life.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow. I would not be able. Imagine you waited till marriage and you find out they have a
I had
small-
other.
I would hate that. Like, I would be so
Well, there's
mad.
more important things.
I think
more important things.
Or that, yeah.
Well,
I'd be so mad if I waited till marriage and I found out they were not well endowed. What a hoe.
You can't leave it up to the marriage day, man. Sexual intercourse is
let's
important.
You gotta drive a car before you buy it.
let's play the other side of it. Imagine going into the bedroom on your marriage night and knowing that you both have each other for the first time. You never had to share that human being.
Yeah, true. But then again, I lost my
That would be
virginity
dope.
to a virgin as well.
Or
so
imagine
I
if they were
kinda
really
already
experienced and they were an awesome way and you guys also had a connection.
Or-
That would also be really fun.
Or if they're a man, they might
What if they were a hoe and they were loose as a goose and you threw hot dogs down hallways?
be thinking about other women for the rest of your relationship.
I don't think men stop thinking about other women just because they get married. I really doubt that.
Men will do that no matter what.
No, men's minds are rather undisciplined. You are right. That is true. But they don't have other experiences or pair bonds, especially for young women, which pair bonds are a real thing, to compare that to. But look, I will go back to what I said. Sex is a very powerful thing. We all agreed with that, right? And I think you
A
have to.
tool, one might even say.
It can be used. It could be abused. It could be, but in its ideal, which I fully acknowledge, it's very, very hard to do. Very hard. Very hard. Very
Sex is around so men and women can create baby.
difficult, but should be a goal that I would like to see more people at least talk about in a
Hey, I
non-judgmental
threw it
way
out there before I
that is
picked the
worth
video,
aspiring
Brian.
to. And it's not impossible.
I threw it out there. I said I'm trying to find a video. That was a hint for you guys. If you guys had an idea, you could have gave it to me. I said I'm going through them and I'm kind of judging them by the cover because I don't want to just pick something that's going to be completely off the wall. But you sent me a video that we already did.
It's not impossible.
We already did the Destiny and Myron games.
It's not popular, but it's not impossible.
We did the last one we did was the Destiny and Myron game.
Did you have a response, Aaron, or I thought someone over here had a?
I feel like I had something to say, but
Oh, did you have? Yeah, sorry. Did you have more?
Did any?
I got
if
you.
you
I
could
didn't think
wipe
it was
this
the
I know it's
second time.
hypothetical. If that's okay.
Wait, I remember what
Yes,
I was
I'm
going to say
sorry,
now.
yeah.
You were saying that, like, oh, if you only
maybe
have one
that'll
partner,
be
you're not going to
Wednesday.
think about other people. But I actually feel like that might make you wonder even more.
Yeah.
You'll be seeing all these girls online, you'll be watching porn, you'll be thinking about all these other things, and it's like all you have is one person. And, like, I don't know, I feel like that would kind of open up a lot.
Constantly tease her and bully her because they would show pictures of her naked mother, and it really, really hurt her. Do you ever wonder that for your future kids they might have to be confronted by that or teased or ridiculed by your line of work?
I know they will be confronted with it, but there's so many ways to answer this question. But honestly, for one, I don't really care because to me, the way that I look at it and the way that I'm going to raise my kids says a hell of a lot more to me about the child who is instigating negative emotions in my child because of what I do for work rather than my child minding their own business.
Do you ever worry that you might be producing content that could be seriously damaging other people?
No.
Okay.
Charlie, you were about to say a little earlier, if you could wipe the slate clean,
Sure.
what was the question that you had there?
If you could wipe the slate, theoretically, and re-virginize yourself, and would you? Could you go back to the person you were as a virgin?
No.
No.
I love who I am now. I feel like everything happened for a reason. And I don't know. I love who I am now.
Would I take back the people that I did? Probably, but
fair.
yeah, like you said, it made like who I am. So no.
I think I would definitely do some things different. It's kind of ironic because this probably isn't the answer you're looking for, but if I was to start again, I'd probably lose my virginity for porn and do more porn things earlier on. But yeah, that's just me. But there's definitely some body counts that I do regret, just one night stands and all them lame things. But
What about they did? Did you regret just the
one night stands.
they weren't worthy, or?
Yeah, just like bad time or like weird people or like, you know, you get too drunk and you get in a situation you can't really get out of and stuff like that. But in terms of then all the stuff I do for work, I love that because that's like an art form for me. So yeah.
I want to circle back to something you said earlier, where you said that Molly's children, hypothetical future children, could be.
What one is 3 hours long? The Destiny and Myron Gaines one that you submitted in Discord? You could do Candace Owens debating 20 feminists on Jubilee. Yeah, I mean, that ain't bad. I've seen some of that. How unprofessional. Hey! Fucking daddy duties. Trying to get his ass to start using the potty.
Confronted with like her work, right? And I think that
I keep telling him, you can tell me that you have gone potty. You can also tell me that you need to go. So that's when you need to tell me.
is not, I don't think there's any career path that precludes your child from potentially being confronted with what their parents say. Like, I know that you're involved in like political work and stuff like that. Do you ever worry that things that you've said online or done or political actions that you've taken might be, like your daughter might be confronted by them by somebody who has like, somebody's kid who has an opposing point of view? I feel like that would, like, do you ever worry about something like that?
Oh, she'll definitely be confronted. It's not videos of me having sex online.
No, but you said like tons of controversial things, right? So do you expect that any of that could like have negative effects on her well-being or like how she's raised or anything like that? Or do you think, and I say controversial like neutrally and descriptively, like objectively, if your views are polarizing, that's going to incite conversation, debate, discussion. Do you ever worry about?
But we can skip through different segments, just like this video. We're not going to probably watch the entire thing continuously. There'll probably be segments that are just not worth the energy. So
like kids confronting her with these things and her not being prepared to know how to answer them, or maybe feeling like bullied or embarrassed.
Yeah, I mean that's a fact.
It says Deacon Venables donated $100. Mr. M. Scott Peck defined love as an act of promoting one's spiritual growth. The emotion of love is experienced when we act accordingly. Most of this panel confuses love with eros. Sad.
Sure, being in public life, for sure. Yeah, and hopefully,
yeah, we're not doing the whole thing.
Strong up enough to be able to endure that. Right.
Then I bet Molly thinks
the
same thing, right? Like that sort of resiliency.
Do you think public political commentary is morally on the same plane as filming yourself having sex?
Yes.
Yeah, I think people, if anything, it could sometimes be worse depending on what the person.
And myself totally acknowledge it, so no one.
Have you jerked off to me?
Oh my God.
Like, what? Have you checked off to me? What a question. Because he expresses that he has before struggled with pornography.
And myself totally acknowledge it, so no one.
Have you jerked off to me?
Oh my God, Molly.
He's thinking.
I've never.
She really wanted to know. She's like, I'll give you the hand job under the table like they mentioned earlier. Just let me know.
Heard of you before, so.
I've heard of you before, he said. This man has watched her.
Yeah,
That's the answer, because your wife is watching.
that's true. I've never heard of you before.
Oh, he said, I've never heard of you before. My bad, Charlie.
That was kind of out of pocket, Molly.
Definitely out of pocket.
Okay.
Charlie's wife is a witch. You might be right. You might be right. I don't know. Have you seen her latest interview on Fox? It was like a day or two ago. She did another interview on Fox.
So, Charlie Kirk, you're a political commentator.
Can I say one thing?
Absolutely. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Molly, I have sympathy for you. I do. You're trying to cope with the suppression of your soul. And filming yourself having sex with other men and filming it is not the highest and best use of the talents that God gave you. It's not.
I think that is a talent God gave me.
That's not a talent, Evans.
Well, it's not the highest and best use, and it's not a talent because, as I said, in my belief, that should be saved in a sacred domain. We're not going to agree on that, but I hope you change course. I think you'll be happier and more joyful, and I pray you don't have to suffer too much to realize that.
Well, in my belief, this is my most happy and joyful.
So,
Because she's young, dumb, full of cum, 24 and thinks you know it all.
Molly made like a huge pivot and started doing politics. Would you support her political like runs and bids?
It's not a matter of politics. I mean, I want what's best for all of you here, and I don't think filming yourself having sex with men is the highest
Shroom, I did this one just for you. I knew how much you like that soft porn, Shroom.
and best use of your
Did this
talents.
one
In
just
fact,
for you, brother.
I think it personally has done a lot of damage to a lot of young men. And don't take my word for it. Look, you can read the book by Gary Wilson, Your Brain on Porn. It is the #1 drug in America right now, and it impacts
Well, it
men.
definitely isn't healthy.
Okay, so it's not healthy, so we agree. So let me ask a moral question. What do you guys think of drug dealers that push fentanyl?
Shit, help me.
Good people or not good people?
Probably not.
Not
Yeah.
good people.
So
I mean,
if
that's
we
what
agree that
yeah,
porn is a
I'm
drug,
saying you're
hold
right,
on,
but
hold on
I'm
a second.
saying
If-
you're
if
right.
porn is a drug,
Thank you
how
for
is
the
Molly
acknowledgement.
not either drug dealer or a drug
How
manufacturer?
is
It's
it
different
comparing porn
levels
to
of
fentanyl?
addiction.
There's so many other drugs.
Well,
Like
hold on,
weed is
but-
not fentanyl.
I said I did. I said I chose to judge the book by its cover. I've seen some of this. I haven't seen the
We
entirety.
agree.
Porn's
Well,
fine.
I wouldn't say weed is fine, but it is not as bad as fentanyl. But
But I figured it would be entertaining more so than one of the other ones that I was looking at. So
to,
I mean,
do we?
there's
I debated on doing whatever right now is live, or they may have just ended. But I was gonna do the debate that they have going on right now on whatever.
there's different levels
Do you believe
to
porn
like.
They
is a
do have a
drug?
live stream
I
that's
think
on
it's
right
an
now for
addiction.
this
A drug
Okay.
is a no.
So what does porn do to the male mind?
I don't know. I'm not a male.
Okay, yeah, it is the same
Are you sure? Are you sure? Because we've been asking that question, Red Shirt.
biochemical release as cocaine. It's almost identical. In fact, it's even more powerful at times. Not to mention the damage it does to their relationships and
Oh, yeah.
how it has to rewire their brain. That goes without saying. But does it?
I don't really see the comparison with like fentanyl and porn though, because fentanyl actually kills people and
And it's highly addictive.
So
I know right now, currently, like porn addiction is not recognized in the DSM-5 as a legitimate addiction. The only behavioral-based addiction would be drug addiction, something like fentanyl or whatever. Every other type of addiction is something that's like, so that you can't, or sorry, not drug-based, gambling. That's what it is. Gambling addiction is very real, but I don't believe porn addiction is.
She doesn't believe there's a sex addiction, which porn addiction would probably fall under sex addiction. Like usually if you're watching a ton of porn, it's because you have a sex addiction.
I think
But
you
it's
can
not
have
real.
control issues
These
with
porn
porn,
stars.
but that would be
Not
like
a real
any other
thing.
thing that you could have
Audio
difficulty
vision,
controlling,
yeah,
like your
different.
consumption of.
Live stream. Yeah.
So
Oh, they probably
ahead,
did
Mark, please.
before they
my
they already
question
had
is,
their
like,
own.
I kind of have a
platform.
comparison.
All
of
on
my own.
OS.
I'll try and sum this up as fast as I can. But basically,
Leave it alone.
when prohibition happened, people said that alcohol, it was not good for you. It led to deaths, it led to arguments, negative things, whatever. Prohibition happened. People still found ways to have parties with alcohol, drink alcohol, speakeasies existed. The only thing that happened was people didn't stop drinking alcohol, people started getting arrested and punished for it. And it started ruining people's livelihoods in that way instead of in a way that they have control over, meaning that they can stop the addiction by getting help at any time. So
Sit down.
My question is, if you think porn is so bad, like an addiction like that, what's your solution? Because if you're going to get rid of it, it's still going to exist.
Well, the first solution, I mean, can you at least agree,
Well,
Molly,
yeah,
that
their
minors shouldn't
platforms
be
are
viewing
probably
porn?
bigger now after being on this.
Okay, good. So the
for a reason.
Yeah.
They're more well
the age
known.
verification's a little
Well,
bit loose.
yeah.
So let's talk
Beyond
about
their
that. Utah
normal
and Texas
community.
passed laws that
Porn
Pornhub
addiction,
sued
right?
that made it more robust. You had to actually provide an ID, and Pornhub didn't like that because they said it would limit their traffic. So would you all agree that if there was robust ID checking, that would, like 18, we can at least agree we could draw the line there?
Yeah, I feel like that's the normal age. For
Okay, I'm glad to hear that.
Mainly watching it for Charlie
So
Kirk.
on the other side, though, I mean, I think we have to acknowledge that the average
Mainly
American
because of
male
Charlie.
spending anywhere between 45
I can tell you right now, if Charlie was not on this podcast, I wouldn't be watching it.
minutes to 90 minutes on porn websites. It varies. I mean, this is
Although I did watch the Candace Owens one. She went kind of hard on him.
a new phenomenon, and I just want to reiterate it, that highly interactive, three-dimensional
No, you're right. He died for our free speech.
video that triggers dopaminergic responses
They were trying to silence him from having.
in the brain is unlike anything we've encountered. The science is still being studied, and Gary Wilson's book is phenomenal on this, Your Brain on Porn. In fact, it is the most used, let's just say product, we don't have to say drug, product for young men in this country. And I guess you would all say that, let me just ask you, how many of you are thrilled with the status of American men? You think that they're strong and confident and they tell the truth?
I love an American man as an
Half of them wear dresses and say they're married to the street.
Irish girl, definitely.
Okay, well then, you're the exception.
They're all
The Americans
horrible.
are silent.
Okay, you see, yeah, but hold on, and I'm not going to say it's only because of porn, because that would not be fair, but porn consumption does not make better men.
You don't know any
You
of these
agree?
I
fellas
agree
from?
100%.
So that's where I'm just trying to introduce into the conversation.
We know her back here. This is Snooki 2.0 from Jersey Shore. Snooki 2.0 from Jersey Shore back here between Charlie and this gentleman right here. She doesn't even talk in this whole podcast, though. Says Taco Phillips, Fillings, 33 for his donation. God is real. God wants people free. God created dopamine receptors. God made intercourse enjoyable. God gave us the ability to appreciate the aesthetic beauty. Charlie Kirk's cult has nothing to do with creator or God, etc. Okay, Taco.
You said, what is the solution? So I would just say, Molly, my advice, well, my ask for
Says discombobulate $9 in euro or €9. Corn is 100% addiction. Literally alters brain chemistry.
you is, for people to stop participating in it, for that's not going to happen.
She's part of the whatever crew. I got you. Is that why she's wearing that goofy ass hat? I don't watch enough of the whatever podcast to know.
Because the money is so good, but we should draw the line at 18. It should be very, very hard to access. But to your point, Molly, you're not wrong. People would always find it, but we should draw a line in the sand somewhere, especially with minors.
I mean, and you guys are more than welcome. When you guys come across videos that you want me to actually do a reaction to and have our chat actually be a part of, send them to me on Discord in the private messenger section. And then we'll find a way to make a video on them.
Or have some sort of, we should have some sort of acknowledgement that this is destroying parts of society. And I won't say it's worse than fentanyl, but in some ways it's very, very sneaky.
S-Mill crime, death, and domestic abuse related to alcohol were all reduced during Prohibition. It was media and political that reversed it.
A lot of married men watch pornography. As I said, I've had my own personal struggles with it. It's incredibly addictive. It's incredibly powerful. It also creates depressive effects in about half of the men that consume pornography. And I would just say that, young ladies, it affects women.
I've never been there, Noah. I've never been there. The furthest I've been to outside of the United States was Canada. That's the furthest I've been outside the United States. Canada.
Differently than men. Men are 50 times more visual oriented than women. And that's not to say that women don't consume pornography. They do, and increasingly higher
And I wouldn't be drugging people anyways, messy.
rates. But I think it's a
Nor would I be trying to carry them on a plane so that I could get my ass arrested.
social toxin right now.
I don't think that's a new thing.
Charlie Kirk Enjoyer donated 200. Charlie Kirk just wanted to say thank you for everything you do. You are a force for good in America. Great to see you on whatever podcast. Question: would you ever consider running for office?
Hold on, just
Charlie Cook Enjoyer donated $200. Hey Charlie, just want to say thank you for everything you do. You are a force for good in America. Great to see you on the whatever podcast. Question: would you ever consider running for office?
It's so scripted. No, not anytime soon. But thank you for the $200 to.
Charlie said that was so scripted.
Wait, I have a question for you,
Yeah,
actually,
please,
just
sure.
because I don't
Yeah.
really know who you are, but there's like a lot of
You're very
politics.
lucky. You're very,
okay.
very lucky.
I was just like, what do you do? Because I've seen like you've mentioned politics, and now that like what do you?
I run an organization called Turning Point USA. I'm a conservative, if you
Okay.
haven't figured that out, and a Christian, and I host a 3-hour show every day
Okay.
in my name. So
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Chaos.
let's
I envy you that you don't know, but yes, I'm sorry.
totally fine. Let's switch gears a little bit here. So, going around the table asking all the girls here, would you date someone who does not align with your politics? So, if you're a liberal, would you date a conservative? If you're conservative, would you date a liberal?
I don't really. I mean, I'm always down to have like discussions and conversations, so I think I could. As for my like political, I don't really care.
You don't care?
I would say I'm like in the middle, honestly.
Who did you vote?
I don't think it would work very well for someone from the left to be dating someone from the right. They would be clashing on everything, especially if like it would be more susceptible if it was a man from the left and a woman from the right, more so than a man from the right and a woman from the left, because most women from the left are going to despise men anyways. I could never see myself dating a leftist or being married to a leftist or someone that has a different type of ideology than me. Like, me and my wife were compatible with a lot. Now, there's things that we have our disagreements that we come to mutual grounds on. But in the end, if she was someone that was completely on the other side of the spectrum, honestly, like her sister, it would be too much. It would be too much. We'd be arguing all day, every day.
For in the last election.
Or did you vote? Most people don't vote.
I regret my vote.
Nothing against my wife's sister, my sister-in-law. Love you to death. You know who you are. But yeah, me and her ideologies would clash way too much. And that's just a scenario.
Now, but we could Biden, unfortunately.
Kanye? You voted for Kanye?
That would have been a better choice, honestly. No, I voted for Biden, unfortunately.
And you regret that?
I do.
Why do you regret that?
At least you regret
Do you see the state of the world? I mean, like.
You're smart.
That's why I'm just in the middle.
Do you want to share?
I agree with stuff on both sides.
Good for you.
Pixie, what about you?
I'm a progressive. My last date actually lasted 20 minutes because of this.
Exactly. Her last date lasted 20 minutes because she's a progressive. Exactly. Because of what they stand for is just idiocracy.
Wait, we have the tweets. Nick, pull up
You can tell by the way she talks. It's going to be pretty idiotic, whatever comes out of her mouth.
her tweets really quick. I saw your tweets.
Shit, the receipts.
About that. We have the receipts. Nick, go ahead.
How much money is in your guys' bank account?
What was that?
We had like a YouTube video randomly start playing Nick. You got it? Make it scroll bigger, Nick.
Okay, I'm convinced I have to move to Miami just so I can actually
Miami just so I can actually find someone to date next.
got 50 comments on it.
Today, my date lasted a total of 20 minutes because he found I was progressive and that he was conservative. Next.
Like I said, it just ain't gonna work. It's too much of a clash.
At least it was a mutual decision on both of our parts to rather figure out long-term incompatibility quickly than waste each other's time. So on that date of yours where you were out on a date with a conservative man, who, like, was it kind of, you said it was a mutual thing, but was it more so you who had an issue with it? Was it him?
It
Or
was,
Miami
it
is
was
the corn
pretty
capital.
darn
You
mutual.
ain't- you
Like
ain't
what happened
lying.
was we were in the car, we were gonna go to a bar, and he
Miami and probably LA, the two biggest places for it.
asked me what I did for work, so then I started talking about it, and he was like,
He asked me what I did for work. I told him I was in the porn industry on OnlyFans, and it didn't work. It ain't because I'm a leftist. It's because I expose my body to everyone. So how am I going to be faithful to him?
would it bother you if I'm a hardcore conservative? And then I was like, well, what do you mean by that? Because some people are like, I'm a hardcore conservative, and what they mean is like smaller government and less taxes, which is, you know, something I can like deal with. And then some people are like, oh, you know, like Nick Fuentes style, like, you know, like, so I asked him.
Charlie's mouth. Did y'all see Charlie's face when she said Nick Fuentes style?
Mutual.
It was pretty darn mutual. Like what happened was we were in the car, we were gonna go to a bar, and he asked me what I did for work, so then I started talking about it, and he was like, would it bother you if I'm a hardcore conservative? And then I was like, well, what do you mean by that? Because some people are like, I'm a hardcore conservative, and what they mean is like smaller government and less taxes, which is, you know, something I can like deal with. And then some people are like, oh, you know,
probably. Coming to Miami. I can't remember how the song goes.
Like Nick Fuentes style, like, you know.
Look at that face on Charlie. He's like, you just really called out Nick Fuentes on the whatever podcast, using him as. Charlie didn't really care for Nick Fuentes.
So I asked him.
Funny.
And he actually said he was a huge fan of yours, which is like fine.
Well, that's a deal killer.
Of Charlie or
It's definitely a deal killer because Charlie does not like Nick Fuentes.
Oh, okay.
But no.
If it was you, you'd be fine.
No. But and he was saying like.
Charlie was like, if it was you, you'd be fine. But if it was me, no way.
Oh, you know, I just like.
Biggest grin of his life. He actually knows that he's right.
I like this.
Huge fan.
But he was like, I'm just like really hardcore conservative, and I was like, well, honestly, at this point, I feel like I would make you more upset than you make me upset. And
You
then
think so?
Yeah.
It seems to me that typically it's liberals who are not prepared to be friends with conservatives versus the reverse. I actually think they've done studies on this. It's conservatives.
We 41 minutes in. We go in about an hour and a half, 2 hours. No point changing it now. We just suggestions for the next episode of the Let Us Talk will be the fact that y'all can suggest those videos. He did meth too. Cool, good for him. I'm not in the same boat as him.
Typically, from what I've seen, tend to, while they disagree ideologically, liberals just will outright hate somebody who's a conservative and think they're like evil.
I think
no, I don't like that. I want to get to be friends with them so I can convert them into my leftist ideology. So
she wants one of the people that come in and pretend to be a leftist. She wants one of the men that, as a conservative, they are hush-hush because they want the girl that they like, and she's the one that thinks that she's changed them, but really, they're just pretending when they're around her. There's too many of our conservative men that do that. They'll pretend to act like they're liberal just to be with a chick. She's the type of girl that thinks that she's converting someone. No, they just act like that when they're around you, bitch, because they want something that you got. They go back act around everybody else. They go right back to conservative.
How else am I supposed to convert them?
Yeah, I come from a conservative family. I have a lot of close friends that are conservative. So to me, that's like, I'm not new to disagreeing with people. Like, that's just part of life for me. But yeah, it's just like, I'm okay dating somebody who believes in like some different things than me. It just depends on what extent. Like, for example, if I want to have children in the future, and if my child, let's say, comes out as gay, and my partner's like, we have to send them to conversion therapy. To me, that's like a hard line. To me, that's like, no, like I couldn't put my child through
We can maybe come back to that specific thing. But just curious, how did you meet him?
Oh, Hinge.
You met him on Hinge? Doesn't it allow you to disclose your political leanings on?
Yeah, I disclosed mine.
Oh,
He
he
disclosed
didn't.
his.
Okay.
So why did he go on the date?
Yeah, if he had such a big issue
Oh,
with
it's
it.
pathetic.
Well, okay.
Unbelievable.
We'll continue going around. And then, did you have anything in response to her, Charlie? Or
No, I actually think you guys made the right choice, believe it or not. I think
Okay.
you have to have value alignment. I think you have to have worldview harmony. And that you shouldn't date or marry people. I mean, you have kids.
Don't shut me
Are you going
down,
to have kids, or
Don't
are you
shut
going
me
to raise them
down.
religious or not? I mean, just the amount of daily questions that come up in a marriage is, I mean, it's 500 a day. And if you see the world differently, then that's a recipe for disaster. So I actually think you guys made the right. I think you should end up, if you end up marrying somebody who sees the world the way you do.
Yeah.
It would make you a happier marriage. And
What if it was just one issue? Like, if I'm assuming that you're anti-choice, right, or pro-life?
Yeah, pro-life. Yeah.
Okay, so if your wife is not pro-life, but everything else you guys agree, would that be a deal breaker for you?
That one would be a deal breaker, yeah, because that's not like taxes, right? That's not like, hey, you know, I believe in a 35% tax rate and I believe in a 20% tax rate.
It's like philosophical variance.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
That's correct.
That's a complete ideology change.
Relate to this conversation.
What do you mean?
You want to see this week?
I've only watched a couple of Nick Fuentes' videos, to be honest.
Is it?
And wokeness is about how women are becoming dramatically more left wing.
Dramatic.
Sure, we can take a quick look at it.
Young women are becoming dramatically left-wing. Young men becoming more right-wing. This is happening more. Contentment, the failure and fate says that the future and fate of civilization will be shaped by the trends seen on this chart.
I think I saw this. Young women are becoming
A wide ideology gap is opening up between young men and women in countries across the world. Looks like that's
dramatically
from South
left-wing.
Korea.
Young men are becoming more right-wing. This is happening on every continent. There's South.
Be patient with my dyslexic ass in reading. I see shit backwards. South Korea, U.S., Germany, UK. UK is way up there on the liberal side. U.S. has got a trending peak, and the separation is grave.
Korea, U.S., Germany, UK. Scroll down just a tad so we can see the UK here.
South Korea goes way down.
Okay.
So the gray arrows, man.
And I'd love to, I mean this like non-sarcastically, I'd love to learn why do you think that trend is?
I think it's because one side. Wait. Okay. So left is.
Because women are more easily gullible and convinced. Nick Fuentes is too young to be president in 2028. It's too young, Messi. You still got like what, 6-7 years? We don't vote for the FDP, the liberal. Oh, it did have Germany on there, didn't it? Where's that chart? It did have Germany on there. Y'all have the smallest gap between men and women on liberal and conservative. You guys have the smallest. Well, no, wait. The UK has the smallest gap at the very end. And then Germany, and then the US, and then South Korea is just off the fucking chart.
Yeah.
So I'm curious why, and I'd love to, I mean this like non-sarcastically.
You gotta be 35. No, I think Nick Fuentes is only like 27, 26. He might be 28. What up, Trent? What it do, brother? Welcome through, brother. Make sure you hit the like button too, brother. There's my rhyme for y'all.
To learn why do you think that trend is?
I think it's because one side. Wait. Okay. So left is. I'm not like
that's
a huge
okay.
politics.
That's all right.
person.
So young women are getting more in like the Joe Biden direction of the Democrat Party,
Yes. Okay,
or
that's what I thought.
progressive.
Okay.
And young men are coming more, you could say, in
Like
the Trump,
Okay.
conservative direction.
I think it's more of that reason because obviously the Biden side or whatever you want to say, that side has more of like women's like rights and stuff. So obviously like, well, not right now, but like just in general, like that the ideas of like that side have more like pro women things, and the other side really doesn't. So. I think that's why.
I'm going to ask my young progressive organizer. Why do you think? Because it's something that.
Oh, you couldn't find us, Trent? Damn, brother.
I personally don't think it's very.
I thought you already knew the channel, Trent.
Valuable to ask people to label themselves politically, mostly because if somebody does that, what I want them to do is like write it down on a piece of paper and then crumple it up and throw it away, and usually just go issue by issue, because I found that when you ask people what they mean by a conservative or whatever, like Pixie was saying earlier, sometimes they'll say, oh, like low taxes, small government or whatever, but these are very nebulous terms. But when you actually get into it, maybe they describe themselves as conservative, but more the libertarian type, so they might be pro-choice still. They might actually be interested in like a less interventionist like foreign policy. And then at that point, those are some like liberal tenets to me. So I don't think it's very useful to even try to like have people do.
Taco fillings, 2222. Hookup culture in Western society is not good. You know where hookup culture doesn't exist? Portugal, Central America, South America. Legal prostitution eliminates the confusion in culture. Don't restrict. What the fuck does it say?
Do that, or you might even find some liberals that are like anti-union, for example.
It has this wording in front of it.
Nick, what?
We had like an audio issue for a moment, but it seems okay for now.
I got you, Trent.
Audio issue?
Yeah, there was some echo.
AB Check, thanks for the gift of 50 memberships. Hold that thought, everybody. Chat, one in the chat if the audio is okay. One in the chat if the audio is okay. We had an echo?
Yep, it's cleared up.
It's okay now?
Are we able to keep talking or?
Yeah, no, they can hear us, but apparently there's some reports that we're reverb issue. It's happened once at the beginning of the show and once just now. No complaints. Is the chat? Is it fine?
Yep, we're good now.
Okay, we're good. Sorry, go ahead.
So I was gonna say, personally, I think there has been like a big push to like radicalize young men online. You see this with the Tates. You see this in some other forms of media. So I think young men in particular have been very, what is it called, specialized. You got like these giant propaganda centers and networks focusing on trying to radicalize them in a way that they haven't necessarily put the equal focus on women. So I do think that there's been a lot of like online radicalization going on. I also think, like, personally, I'm a feminist, but I think there has, like, feminism has kind of left men behind and kind of.
Depending on how long they are, they may end up having to be a 1, a 2, or a 3-part series. But we'll definitely check them out. If we can get the chat to vote on some of them as well to see which ones we want to do first or whatnot and how we want to do it. Like I said, everybody is welcome to send me videos in the Discord on what you guys think would be good videos for this channel, as y'all are just a part of it as I am. Just as much a part of it as I am. Let me correct that.
If it's not giving them the answers that a lot of them are necessarily seeking, so then they turn into like these like more what I would call toxic figures instead for guidance. So that's my answer when it comes to like this increased like radicalization.
What could conservatives do better to reach young women?
What could
I mean,
conservatives?
it's not a trap question. I'm honestly curious. Yeah.
I kind of don't want to give you that. Well, I'll give you the answer.
Oh, it's a secret recipe.
No, I'll give it. I'm
You're going to give it in front of 5 million
people.
Women
No, but I think a lot of conservatives really villainize young women and like the choices that they take. You see this not in this particular podcast necessarily, but there's some that are more extreme than this that really focus on like shaming women or putting some like basically cultural hypocrisy, like saying it's okay for men to be promiscuous but women aren't.
Grid One Motorsports donated $200.
Hey, thank you, Grid One.
Grid One Motorsports donates $200. I would not say young men have been radicalized. I would say that young men are being reminded they are men and not women, and that real men value women because they are not equal.
I would say young men have been radicalized. I would say that young men are being reminded they are men and not women. And that real men value women because we are not equal.
Yo, thank you, Grid One. Appreciate it. Go ahead, Pixie. And I if you can, make your point quickly, because I do want to bring in everybody else so they can answer the original question. Go ahead.
Yeah, but long story short, I think trying to not be hypocritical about how we treat men and women and not necessarily like shaming women for their past or how they currently are is probably a better way to.
Don't shame me because I show my body all over the internet and sleep with men on a whim. Don't shame me for that.
Reach to them, in my humble opinion.
Bitch, you've been shamed.
Okay, so honestly, I'm not too educated on politics that I can say I'm one thing.
Sure.
But I do think that my views do lean more progressive. But again, I'm not too educated on the topic. But I think I could date someone. I have dated someone who was conservative. But for me, it's more there's make or breaks, like you were saying about, you know.
He did try to save us. We'll do a documentary on him, and then I'll put up the Israel flag in the middle of it, and we'll do the Bellamy salute during the documentary.
If
How
your
about
wife
that?
was,
Sound good?
you know, pro-choice and you
Send me the Israel flag.
are not, that
I
would
ain't
be
buying
something
that
that I could be like,
motherfucker.
oh, you know, that's where I draw the line. Just certain
They made
things
it
that,
against the law to burn
you know,
it.
morally, I could not be with someone
They made it against the law to burn it, so I don't want to buy it because that's what I would want to buy it for.
who had those views.
What about you?
I'm not really big into politics either. I don't really understand it. All I know is that
I'm not big into politics. I'm just big into big aromas and wanting me to smash on them because I'm a hoe. 304 for show.
I'm pro-choice. I like equality. But yeah, I don't know. I do agree though that
Oh, well, we getting canceled. YouTube. It's sarcasm. We love Israel. All of us do. Everybody on the channel.
your partner, you need to have
That better,
the
Carnage.
similar mindset. So it might be a bit difficult if I was to be with somebody that
Football
had
culture and
very
Western. I already read that one. S Mills donates $20 versus toxic feminist, which does
strong
worse.
political opinion. Usually I just go for people that are quite open-minded and chill. But I think I could be open still because I like to learn new things when I'm with partners. So it could open my mind even a bit more, and I could probably learn about politics then.
Molly, what about you?
Well, I agree with what you said. I've actually, my ex-boyfriend was very
Alright, I don't really care about
Female
my boyfriend.
actresses and models be paid less because they earn about
Only slightly differently, which is that it's a person who performs a set of social roles that are typically associated with feminine characteristics, but not necessarily.
He's done it like 3 times. He's done 222 and 333. I think someone's done 662.
Because there are even cis women who fall outside of this, and we still
You're
consider them
getting
women
there,
nonetheless.
Shrew.
Like butch
You're
lesbians,
getting
for
there.
example, are women that exhibit very masculine characteristics, but nonetheless society understands them to be women.
Shrew,
So.
we know you're
I
staring
find
at
cis to
Perky
be a
over
very
here.
offensive
Perky
word, by the way. I don't know how
Molly.
you feel about the cis.
I don't
cis men,
think
cis women. I think
too
it's hate
deeply about
speech,
that.
to be honest.
I didn't mean to trigger you, Brian.
As-
I would have
as
given
a
you a trigger
s-
warning before if I
So
had known.
do you think anyone can become a woman?
Looking back at me.
But not anyone will.
He,
Okay, so then
I missed the donation. I wanted to read the donation.
It will depend on where they are in their gender transition for the
does
most
it
part.
require drugs?
Trigger warning before if I
So
had known.
do you think anyone can
All right, so right here. W. Charlie Kirk, I just tuned in and I'll be watching it back later. Love your work, Brixton and Charlie.
become a woman?
Yep, but not anyone will.
Okay, so then at what point do they become a woman?
It will depend on where they are in their gender transition for the
Does
most
They'll
part.
never
require
become
drugs?
a woman. They can never give birth to a child. They will never become a woman.
Become a
Stop
woman?
trying.
No.
Go seek help. If you're trying to transgender from one sex to another, your ass needs to seek help. Seek help. You need to figure out where this confusion in your brain is to get your chemical imbalance back in balance.
Personally, I think it's a
You got the
mindset.
wires
It's a
twisted.
spiritual energy.
straighten them
It's
bitches
the
out.
vibe that you give off. You know, like
The vibe. Before we continue on, I want to just give everyone an opportunity to answer No, totally fine. To answer Charlie's question, I know you two had already answered. What is a woman? Starting with you, we'll go around the table. Go ahead.
Can you skip me?
We'll come back to her.
I'm a woman.
That's the best answer. That's the one that Ketanji Brown Jackson should have given in front of the Senate.
So come back to you.
Yeah,
or-
come back to me. Come back to me. Let me
Sure.
brainstorm
Okay.
on
Go
that.
ahead.
Same. I'm a woman.
What is a woman?
Like, I don't.
Are you really vampire-esque? Are you really a woman? I think it's still in question.
What about you?
Kind of looks like a man right there.
Can I have you tilt your mic down just
Yeah,
a
of
tad?
course.
Perfect. Go ahead.
Right there.
Yeah.
I'm a woman, but I also do think that a woman is someone who identifies as a woman.
False.
And that's that.
I mean, theoretically,
A woman is someone that wasn't born with balls, so your equate is false. Your comment is false. A woman is someone that ain't born with balls.
it's someone who's born with a womb, but this generation obviously has proven that men can turn into women. So I'm
And
not
she already did.
discluding that. I still think that they should be perceived as what they're portraying themselves as. But technically, I still think trans girls, they are a version of a man, but they can still
are
be
a
considered
man.
women, which is a bit
You
tricky.
are-
But
I mean,
yeah.
They are a man. I was about to say you are a man.
I'll say the same answer.
know.
I think what constitutes as a woman is the energy that you give off and that you want to put out into the world.
So if being a woman or a female is a mindset, can your age also be a mindset? Can you choose to be, can you just say, I feel 14, which is a classifiable mental condition, by the way, in it.
So I will say yes.
That's different. People can act like they're younger and feel like they're younger because we want to okay pedophilia. We want them to be able to have pedophilia with little kids, so they're allowed to feel like they're a younger age. Molly, shut up.
I know people that act way younger than they actually are, and they love acting way younger than they actually are. And I know people that, like act way older than they are, and they pride themselves in that. And I think
Okay, fair enough. So if a 35-year-old man claims he's 14, should we have any problem if he wants to have sex with another 14-year-old?
But hey, Molly, you can't be halfway. You can't be halfway.
no. I'm not saying
No,
that you should.
Probably should have a problem.
Yeah, pedophilia is not okay.
I think-
No, I'm not
Well,
saying that
good
they
idea to have a
should be
problem.
able to have sex, but
But
they can
who's to say he's
state
not
I
14?
feel 14.
Right.
They're able to state that.
I mean, you can state you feel something, but that does not mean that is what you are. Grid One Motorsports donates $200 for like the fourth fucking time. The man who owns OnlyFans paid himself $1.3 million a day last year. He loves feminists. Today, men are acting female can be better women than real women. Feminism has failed you. How can you partake? I'll help you today.
Grid
Oh,
One Motorsports
Archery, help me
donated
today.
$200. The man who owns it paid himself 1.3 mil a day last year. He loves feminism. Today, men acting female can be better women than real women. Feminism has failed you. How can the patriarchy help you today?
That was beautiful, Grid One. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah. So
Patriarchy can't
going
help
back.
But if your identity is an energy or a feeling that can change, why would it be wrong for a 35-year-old to say he's 14?
Because
Therefore,
he's not.
but then how is someone who has male parts a woman if he's not
I feel
a
like
woman?
that's two different
It's
things.
Why?
different 'cause you can't.
It's not different things. Because it's your brain fucking with your ass, thinking you are something that you ain't.
It's a
go
mindset,
back
isn't
in
it?
Learn to be comfortable in the skin you're born in.
Time.
Your age isn't a mindset. I
Well,
mean,
but
Neither is your gender, dumbass.
like,
but then why is your sex or your gender a mindset and your
Because-
age isn't?
I don't know which one is which. One of you could probably
Well,
say, but
sex-
sex and
Do you
gender
agree?
is
At
different.
least acknowledge that sex and gender are two separate
That-
things.
That's what I was gonna
There are
say.
0 genders, 2 sexes, and infinite personalities.
What?
Okay.
Gender doesn't exist.
What do you mean?
Okay.
Sex does. So the parts you're born with is who you are.
How does gender not exist?
It's a 1960s clinical term, largely made out of the Academy of John
Clinical?
Money and Alfred Kinsey and many postmodern child psychiatrists, many of whom, by the way, were not really great people, but we don't have to go into that. But gender is a new term of the last 50 or 60 years.
Yeah, but it still exists.
But personalities exist. We can agree with that. Proclivities or interests or likes exist.
So by that definition, then if you're a woman or a man, is your energy. It is your personality.
Well, yeah, the goal, or what used to be the case, is the vast majority, 99.9% of all people, their biology and their reality, or how they viewed their reality, I should say, were in alignment. And now that's not so much the case. So people are, first of all, there's many elements to this. People are told that they can become something they can't. So they go on a very, very damaging self-destruction.
But that was good though because he was weird.
Haram!
Okay, so that's pretty interesting. We'll come back to that later. Molly, did you have a response to the chat that came in?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
So
I missed the chat.
for me, I think that
But that was good though. In my room.
look,
I went for a shower because I was like, if anything's gonna happen, I may as well shower, be fresh anyways. I wasn't really into him, but I was like, sometimes you just have to put up with some things. But when I was in the shower, he fell asleep, and also while I was in the shower, I got a text from another guy that was in the hotel. There was an event going on, and he was like, come say goodbye to me. And I was like, okay. And I went up and we did our thing, and then while we were doing our thing, his coach and his manager were like knocking on his door to try get him to get on his flight because he had an early flight, and then they just joined in, and I like got a text then from the guy that was asleep in my room, and he was just like, did you leave? And I was like, yeah, I had to go say bye to a friend. And then I never heard from him again, but that was good though because he was weird.
Haram!
Okay, so that's pretty interesting. We'll come back to that later. Molly, did you have a response to the chat that came in?
Red shirt, Merry Christmas.
so for me, I think that relationships.
John 3:16. Jesus, God loves you, and selfishly, let him know Jesus loves you. Yes, Jesus loves you.
Stability and those little dopamine hookup hits come together. I kind of utilize both. So for me, like, I have sex for work with people that aren't my boyfriend. So, like, yes, it is very chemically draining after you have an orgasm, and like, obviously you're tired, you're depleted of all of those crazy dopamine whatevers, and you get a little sad. So after my scenes, when I'm driving home, the only thing that's like, oh, like I'm not gonna be alone, like I'm gonna have my boyfriend, like we're gonna hang out and he's gonna love me, and like he's gonna be so proud of me because I did work today. And yeah, like it all just kind of ties in. Like if I didn't have those little dopamine hits, I would feel like I was in prison. And
I didn't have
the same way.
dopamine hits of men coming there.
Oh, we have another one coming.
Modest Hiki donated $200.
I would feel like
Charlie stole my usual question of what, even wearing my Matt Walsh flannel and WTF.
Oh, it says Majestic Ma donated 200. Charlie stole my usual question of what is a woman? Even wearing my Matt Walsh flannel right now. What the fuck? So, spawn of Satan. How much more traffic do you expect your OF from nips rather than wearing clothes?
So, spawn of Satan, how much more traffic do you expect to Europe from nips rather than wearing clothes?
All right, they're spicy tonight, eh? Modest Akama, thank you, appreciate it.
About 3% more traffic.
About 3.5% more.
Yeah, because if she was really cold, she'd put that fucking sweater that's hanging on the chair over her. But she ain't. She wants to feel cold. She wants to feel cold so that she's percolating herself some more viewership to her page.
Traffic is what Molly's expecting. Charlie, it sounded like you were about to come in on something. Do you have something quick on that?
No, just
Molly is a drug.
Look,
Stay away
dopamine is a
from
very serious
Molly.
chemical. If you mismanage it, it leads a lot of people to self-harm and to depression. And so, but there are ways to healthily manage dopamine, and it is ways such as fulfilling work, purpose, relationships, a spiritual life, eating healthy, intermittent fasting, cold water exposure. So just be very careful for whatever it's worth. Not that you're going to listen to what I say, because if you start to overindulge in cheap dopamine hits, then you're going to need a bigger and bigger dopamine hit, and then eventually you get to a place where you can't hit that high again, and then you crater and you crash. And my prayer for all of you is that you don't have to live through that, because it's pretty dark.
I want to bring it back because the trans topic came up before, and if I can try to relate it to dating here, I do want to go around the panel on this. Do you, and I mean, this could go both ways, but to the panel, do you object to a man not wanting to date a trans woman? Do you think that would be transphobic if a man did not want to date
I
a
think
trans?
everyone should be transphobic. I think everyone should be transphobic. I think if you're trans and you're trying to portray you're something as what other than what you were born as, then you have some other issues that probably need addressed. God loves you. Love the skin you're in, and seek help.
Woman, starting with you, we'll go around the panel. Go ahead.
I don't think so. I don't think it would be transphobic.
No, and any trans advocate who says that it is like a psyop there to make trans advocates look bad. I don't think it's transphobic at all. It's perfectly fine to have genital preferences.
Okay.
Same.
Pixie.
Everyone's allowed to have whatever preference they want.
Okay.
I agree.
Yeah, I basically agree as well. I just think it's preference.
Concur.
Okay. All right. Fair.
You don't need to know my answer.
Now, how about this, though, to kind of take it to another layer? You know, dating apps are incredibly popular. Most people are meeting online nowadays, on dating apps, social media, whatever.
Go to your local church
do
to find
you
your
think that somebody
significant
who's
other.
trans, whether trans man, trans woman,
to the
do you think
point
they have a
video.
duty to disclose, for example, on a dating app, a duty to
His
let this-
wife donated 200.
Erica Kirk, Charlie's wife, donated $200. I love you, babe. I'm so proud of you and so blessed to be your wife. Great discussion.
$100. I love you, babe. I'm so proud of you and so blessed to be your wife. Great discussion.
Is that actually Erica?
She's very busy right now.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. Maybe,
whoever that
maybe
is,
Erica.
whatever.
Okay. All right. Wait, what's that? Is it?
Yeah,
It's her. Oh, okay. Hey, Erica, what's up?
That's cute.
W's in the chat for Erica.
That's cute.
We love
W's
you,
in the
Erica.
chat.
It was, in fact, really Charlie's wife.
But you haven't given it much thought, but what's your
Sure.
gut reaction?
Should they disclose? Well,
Race, ethnicity.
I'm wondering. I'm thinking. I'm not on any dating apps.
If you're on a dating app, which I suggest you not be to begin with, go meet someone at a bar, go meet someone at a church, somewhere in person. Yes, if you're a fake woman portraying to be a woman, but you really were born a man, that shit should be stated on that. People should be able to let know that you have altered yourself.
Currently, but I do think on Hinge, for example, there might be a section to, and I'm trying to recall if there is something where you can actually put your
I think
race, like
there
if you're
is.
Native American, if should somebody have
Yeah,
to?
but should they?
I don't think so.
Why not?
Why not? I think it's a bit different, though. I mean, it's
He thinks that they shouldn't have to list if they're transgender or not. Nick, that's a bad take, Nick. You need to rethink that. If someone's transgender and they're on a dating app, they need to let the person know. That's like having HIV and not telling them. That's like having HIV and not telling your significant other. No, like they need to know. They need to know what they're getting themselves into.
certainly
It
different.
is different, but I think
Because you're creating a much more hostile environment if you don't tell that person. You guys meet up, end up doing the nasty, the birds and bees, and then find out in the midst of that this isn't what you thought it was. It could turn into a very hostile situation with some people very quickly.
that kind of hesitation is kind of what you
Trickery-
articulate from,
trickery
or like
should
you're
not
articulating
be-
perfectly what trans people feel like. Is that I know that they will
I think
do
it's
it,
a little
but
different,
that
though.
hesitation
I think
of
it's
like why
quite
they shouldn't
different.
have to.
I think it's quite different. But what I would like to allow everybody else to answer the question. So,
Honest Jamaica said,
I forgot the question.
W.
Oh, if they should
like
disclose.
disclosure at
Well,
what
woman,
point
bless
should it be
I think they
upfront?
should only for like, I mean, obviously the safety of them. I think.
Okay. Well, and
Yeah.
maybe also for the benefit of the
Well,
other person.
yeah,
although
of
it seems
course,
like
but-
Aaron, you object to. You don't
Well,
think
I
there should be
think-
any benefit to the person on the other side.
I think there will naturally be a benefit to it, but I don't think you're entitled to know that information any more than you're entitled to know their race. Not starting off from the dating profile. I think eventually, yes, sure.
Well, if somebody, I'm trying to think.
In the same way, like the race ethnicity thing was like.
How to tackle that. But I think that can be very readily apparent just by looking at their photos.
Or like sexuality, for example, because you can't tell someone's gay or bisexual.
Well, there is on Hinge, I do believe you can specify if you're straight, if you're bisexual.
But is it a red flag if they don't do that to you?
No, not necessarily. But I mean, even
no, that's a red flag. If they don't specify their gender, it's a red fucking flag.
On your end, I think you're. And actually, I do think on Hinge, there are these filters, and I do think you can include, I don't know if it's your skin color, your race, or whatever. I think it is your race or ethnicity. You can list it, and you can also filter by it. Same with sexuality, too. There's certainly not something there for your actual sex, though. There's no, I mean, you can put your gender, but we know that, well.
Your sex is your gender, Nick. What the fuck are you trying to say?
That wouldn't necessarily indicate.
Didn't Charlie just tell you that the word gender was a new term in the last 60 years?
Could be inclusive of trans people.
Yes. So. Oh.
To tell me their political orientation unless if I explicitly asked. So that would be kind of on me. But if I'm gonna start dating that person seriously, then it's like, oh, okay. Like,
we can only one. That only counts as one. You can't do this.
All the Harry Potter books.
A Feast for Crows, Clash. What are the
year or so? So don't.
I don't think it becomes a problem unless I get pregnant unexpectedly and then I don't want the child. But I'm sure if.
Let's get to the word as life.
No, I mean, I'm not like educated scientifically enough about the biology of all of it, but. I agree. I think that life is a very subjective term. You know, you could say, when does the infant's body in the womb start functioning? Or you could say, when do they start perceiving their consciousness? And for me, it's when they start perceiving their consciousness. But truly, I have no idea when that is.
Do you think it would be important to? Let me ask you this: if you knew for certain the baby, would you agree it's a baby? Is that a good term to use if it's in a womb? Is that a baby?
I think most people would say fetus.
Probably fetus. Yeah.
Okay, so what does fetus mean in Latin?
It means baby.
I think a fetus is a growing child. It's a developing
You're right,
child.
Molly. You know, it means a little human.
Yeah.
It's just using fetus is nothing more than a cope for what you know it is. It's a baby, right? So it's just
obviously not if we're here debating it. I don't think it's as settled.
Well, then
as
you don't have to use the word fetus. It just makes people feel better. It's obviously a baby.
No, I mean obviously you wouldn't take like a fetus that just has like a heart and like their brain isn't fully formed and be like that's the same as like a 1-month-old.
Yeah.
Like we obviously see differences between development from then and there.
So, but then how about 30 weeks?
That's where it becomes a lot more contentious. But the point being is that we don't look at a fetus from its beginning stages and be like, yeah, that's the same thing as my like 3-month-old cousin.
Hold on, that's a 9-month-old is not the same thing as a 1-month-old.
Okay,
right? So you can go through the progression of development continues. The question is, when does it start?
Yeah, that's $1 million question. I agree with that.
So
do you think conception?
Of course. That's the only answer.
Most women, I don't believe, even know that they're pregnant before 6 weeks.
But,
so like around like the heartbeats and stuff like that.
The knowledge of your pregnancy doesn't mean that you're not pregnant.
No. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying like practicality-wise, there are many instances of women who have miscarriages without even ever knowing because it might just present as like a very heavy cycle that month.
That's fine, but it doesn't make it any less a life, right?
Sure,
go ahead, Molly.
No, but would you mourn that miscarriage in the same way you mourn like
100%,
an abortion, like a conscious
not the same
choice?
way. No, it's not the same way. No, but it's still a tragedy. A miscarriage is a tragedy, but an abortion.
Even if she doesn't know about it.
But an abortion is an act of human will. A miscarriage most times is not. Now, sometimes it can be a miscarriage because you drank alcohol and you didn't know you're pregnant, or you might have taken a drug that have side effects. But yes, a miscarriage is a tragedy. Yes.
I have a question. So, do you care about the children once they're born?
I mean, I care a lot about them.
So if say a woman got R-worded or something, or even if she just got pregnant and
Grid 1 Motorsports donated $200.
Right?
Life is not subjective, and we know this because you were speaking of killing. Why is it so easy for you ladies to kill kids? Is your comfort and
Good faith
lifestyle
question.
more important than a life
not
you
even
have
answering
created?
Anyway, my question was, what was I saying? Oh, if
You were
yeah,
saying
so
if somebody was
someone got,
someone
like,
forced
R-worded
sex upon
or-
themselves. It's the
or
word you're
even
yeah.
like not even just that, but say like if the mother like was homeless or something, say like she didn't have a good life, do you still think that child deserves to be brought into the world just to suffer?
Well, so it's not a guarantee of suffering, number one. One sec. The answer is yes, the life should be brought into the world. There are twice as many people on the adoption waiting list than
There's so many people.
Well, let me ask you guys, and I'm just curious, how many abortions do you think there are a year in America?
I have no
Tens of
idea.
thousands, I assume.
Any other guesses?
I have no clue.
What if I told you there was over 1 million abortions every year?
That wouldn't surprise me at all.
But you went from tens of thousands to 1 million.
I mean, there's billions of people on the
No.
on the
Yeah, there's 340 million in America. That's right. No, but do you think
As far as like reported ones, because even just
that doesn't
reported
count-
data is going to be incomplete
that
because
doesn't count mifepristone, which is the chemical abortion that people get
Right.
at home. It doesn't count Plan B, right? So,
and even if like abortion were illegal, for example, we stopped gathering data on like who procures abortions, there would be so many. There's so many now, even
Well,
with
not
states
true.
where it's still legal.
Texas, it's gone down
Even-
dramatically. So hundreds of
No,
thousands.
they're still happening. It's
Well,
just
no, they're happening,
not
but
being accounted
about
for.
90%
Women are
abortion.
just doing it to themselves.
Right, it's a 90% abortion reduction rate in Texas. I don't want to dwell on that too much, though. So there's 1 million abortions every single year, and there's twice as many people on the there's 2 million people actively on the adoption waiting list. So there's really no such thing currently, there could be, but currently, of an unwanted child. So there's 2 million people wanting to adopt, and there's 1 million people that have abortions every single year. So there's twice as many people that want to get a child. Now, there's a longer conversation about making it less bureaucratic without allowing bad people to adopt kids for bad reasons. I'm perfectly open for that conversation. But to answer your question, I don't love the premise. It's a really good question because a lot of people have it. I don't necessarily believe being born in poverty is a death sentence or is a reason to terminate. No, but abortion is a death sentence.
There you go.
So I don't think poverty should give you a death sentence.
Would you say abortion is murder?
Oh, of course, 100%.
Do you think that people who procure abortions,
could've
women
donated
specifically,
that
a woman
here
who
and it
procures
would've
an
been a
abortion
much-
should go to jail for getting one?
Absolutely, yeah. They're the moral equivalent of Auschwitz.
Really?
Bit much.
Millions of women are,
No,
are
not the
basically
women.
the same as like Nazi
Not the women. No,
camp
the
guards.
women are victims. They're lied to. 90% of women do not see an ultrasound
Hopefully he gets a lot of use out of it.
before they have an abortion. They have no idea what's happened to them. They're the victims here. It is the abortionists that are doing this. But let me ask you, and I mean this, have you guys ever seen an abortion on a video?
Wait, no, I'm sorry. If women are the victims here, why should they be jailed?
Well, I don't believe they should be jailed. I think
You just said
the
they should be
abortionists.
How is it that
the
you could
abortionists,
believe
the
that abortion
doctors.
is murder, but a murderer shouldn't go to jail?
I didn't say that. The doctors, the abortionists, the people that call themselves doctors, the people that put women under general anesthesia and go into.
But women do, they ask
They
for
are
it.
doctors. They're medical
Are you going to just discount the accountability of the woman in
My
that
current
decision?
perspective is because the women are not given what is called informed consent, that the women should not be penalized. They should not be. They shouldn't be penalized. In fact, they should be given grace from a system that has lied to them and has misled them. They are not given the full picture of exactly what's happening to them. Informed consent has not happened, so these women are the victims. The abortionists, one second, the abortionists are the ones that know exactly what's happening. And if you haven't seen a video of an abortion, I'm not going to say anything too graphic. It is one of the
Not the softball shit. No, yeah, he's not raising a toxic. He's raising a carnage.
hardest things to watch. The baby fights, the baby struggles, the baby dodges, the baby avoids, they break the neck of the baby, they euthanize it to the spring. It's not.
Man, has anybody in the chat ever seen an abortion video? That shit is disgusting.
It's not a joke. And then they tear it limb from limb through there. If you're trying to tell me that's,
That's like a
If you're talking about, yeah, like they're called dilation and extraction abortions, then yes,
Hold
it
on
can
a
look
second.
like that. But if you're talking
a baby
about,
has a backbone at 6 weeks and a spine. It has a complete figure. It's small. It's like probably as small
the
as.
size of like a grape, yeah.
Yes, but by 8 weeks or 12 weeks, and you're talking about.
But the vast majority of abortions are performed in the first trimester.
Yeah, that's right.
So when you
so
the type of abortion that you describe
trimester
is
is up to
literally
12
the
weeks.
like minority
Hold
of
on
the
a
time,
second.
and those are wanted pregnancies
you
because
said they
usually
don't-
those women want those pregnancies. They weren't able
They
to
don't
carry
know
them
they're
to term
pregnant till they're 6 weeks,
because
to your point.
they weren't able to carry those children to term because of health risks to their own life or to the infants.
Right. So, without getting into that, no infant should be terminated because of health risk to the infant. Okay, that's insane. It's like you're going to kill the baby because the baby has health risks. That doesn't-
Not just health risks. These are deformed, like
Oh, let me ask you.
these are medical.
Hold on, Down syndrome.
like
Should we
stillbirths
abort
or
Down syndrome kids?
No.
I
This is the 300. This is Sparta. And kick them off the cliff, right?
Poland has. They said if you have Down syndrome, you're done. So that's not a new phenomenon. They have gotten rid of Down syndrome. If you have a DNA test of Down syndrome, they abort the kid. I think that's cruel and unusual.
Yeah.
Okay, we agree. Good.
I think there are frivolous reasons to procure abortions, but I don't believe that just because there are frivolous reasons to get them, that means it should be outlawed.
But should murder be outlawed?
Yeah. But like you were saying,
Then
even though you believe that those women have a hand in committing the murder and infanticide,
they
basically,
don't-
of their own children, they
They
shouldn't go to
don't
jail.
believe that they have not been given
They have been indoctrinated by the system.
informed consent.
Do
They
you
don't
have
know
that
what's
opinion with
happening to them.
people who are addicted to drugs? Do you think only drug dealers should go to jail, but not
Well,
people who
it
actually try to buy drugs and
Well,
consume
it
them?
depends. It depends what drug it is.
Depends on the level of addict, if they're savable or what you can do with them. But the drug dealer should go to jail, yes. And the addict needs to get help. And then if they continue to buy drugs, then they have to jail too.
Depends the category, the class, the
Is there a single
repetition.
drug where you would say that somebody who is buying and consuming drugs that they are addicted to should not be
We'll
going
see,
to jail,
Messi.
but they're only
We'll see. I want to know. I don't know if that's classified as a current event.
their drug dealer should be going to jail?
I mean, I think fentanyl and heroin potentially, but it's a completely separate issue because a lot of people know the informed consent of heroin and fentanyl. It's not. We have PSAs, we have billboards. Stop using fentanyl. Stop doing fentanyl. How many times have you heard that? Have you
Tons,
ever?
but they have a
Hold on,
chemical
hold on a
dependency
second.
now that prevents them
Hold on
from
a
being
second.
able to make that
How
choice.
But even with the chemical dependency, that might prevent them from making rash decisions. They knew what the drug did before they got hooked on it. They chose to still partake, thinking that they weren't going to get addicted. That's the main problem, is people start doing drugs because they think, oh, it ain't going to happen to me. I ain't going to get addicted. And then their ass gets addicted. And then they're stuck in that cycle. You're misinformed if you think you're not going to get addicted.
Often have we ever had an honest conversation with women in this country saying that having an abortion increases the chances for depression, anxiety, medication dependence?
So does having a kid.
What? Hold on.
Having children carries all of those same
So,
risks.
You think having children? You think having children
No,
is?
don't mischaracterize me.
No, that's not true at all.
I'm not going to say that
Women-
having a child necessarily gives you depression
Women who
or
have
any of
children-
that.
That's what she said.
It can come with it. Like postpartum depression, for example, is
Is it
extremely common
it's
among young
temporary and short-lived, and obviously
Not always.
For
Some
some people last years.
So is the
that's
depression from
temporary and short-lived. That's not permanent.
You
Yeah,
think
but
you-
when
Don't forget, we have an episode on Wednesday this week, too. I know I didn't do it the previous week, but Wednesday we will have an episode as well.
you're
years
in
of
that,
living
you're
with
not-
postpartum depression can simply constitute a temporary
Wait, so
medical
let's
issue.
let's theoretically even grant. So you're saying because of potential postpartum depression or financial burdens, the moral answer is allow women to go in.
No, that was never
to
my
clinics.
argument. This had
Okay.
nothing to do with morality. This was a completely separate question. I'm only saying that I feel like you're trivializing and downplaying how serious conditions like postpartum depression can be when you want to write it off.
This is our world, and look at what it's turning into. The Raging Patriot,
As like a
1740.
temporary
obviously-
medical
it's obviously
issue
real.
when
It's-
it can be years-long battle,
Look,
especially if it's
having children is a
untreated.
serious choice. So what percentage of abortions, according to the Guttmacher Institute, are not rape, not incest, and not life of the mother? What percentage would you
Probably
say?
the vast majority.
97%. So
Yeah.
is abortion now birth control, yes or no?
No, I don't think so.
I
But-
think it's situational to each and every.
Molly, do you think that birth control, it could be called birth control in certain
Because
situations?
you're talking about over 1 million abortions, but there's tens of millions of women that are on birth control, that have IUDs, that take birth control pills. So obviously, that's not the only reason why.
But it's a
Or
form
that's-
of birth control, is
it's
it
a
not?
form of birth
Because
control,
they're
sure,
not,
but
they're,
you
okay,
acknowledge that it's not the predominant form of birth control.
Well, no, I didn't say that. Hold on, I said it's birth control.
Yeah, but we're not disagreeing with the category.
Hold on.
I'm talking
So
about the
therefore,
prevalency
if
of
it's
it.
birth control, then why would we allow it to continue if it's not? If you put the rape, incest, life of the mother, which we can debate.
I
which
didn't.
But no, I'm going to put that aside for a second. Then why should we allow a horrific
I did
procedure
it. Well, bitch, the
to
exception doesn't
continue
make
that
the
has
rule
such
either.
heavy and dire
The majority does.
consequences and results in a child not being able to live outside of the womb?
because that's
You're
the mother's
loading it
choice.
so much by saying
Okay.
a horrific procedure.
Hold on,
Most
so-
women who procure abortions actually report being happy long term because they made the choice because
Because they never wanted to have a kid to begin with. And they got pregnant partaking in acts that get them pregnant without the proper protection or being out of wedlock. or they just hoes. 3-0 foes.
There's many different reasons why women get abortions. Some women aren't in a financial position to have a child at that time and actually decide to have children later.
How'd they get pregnant?
What do you mean? They had sex.
Protected.
An accident.
So they want the orgasm without the responsibility.
Do you think the majority of women are having orgasms in sex? Are you serious? Have you seen the studies on orgasm gaps between men and women?
I'll be honest. So
there's a reason for that. That's because women are out there sleeping with too many men, so that when they actually are with the person they're with, they don't get the orgasms like they used to because they've been abused, thrown in the trash.
they want all the pleasure. They want all, but
they're heavily medicated, and they can't have their correct emotions to be able to perform an orgasm because of the medications that 90% of women are on. I think that's a sad thing in America too, is that the percentage of women in America that are on prescribed medications, a lot of them for chemical imbalances, for hormone imbalances, for just so many things that just stimulate your fucking brain and fuck up the way women are. I can't stand big pharma. That's a whole nother topic, though.
It's you want all the loose lifestyle, but none of the responsibility.
Now you're framing it like the punishment for having it should orgasm should be punished. Wait. No, the way that you're framing it, which is
that bitch a dominatrix. She says your orgasm should be punished. Look at dominatrix with the glasses over here.
Oh, you want the loosey-goosey parts of sex, like the
yeah, she wants you. You're the loosey-goosey parts of sex, the hot dog down the hallway type shit. She is hot dog down the hallway type shit.
Orgasm, but you don't want the
little fishy in a big ocean.
Responsibility of a child. It's like, yeah, some people want to be able to have sex.
Okay, no, you are.
No Nemo pun intended.
Articulate it perfectly. I'm going to be able to have sex how I want, and if I have to go.
Why Nemo not in here? I saw him in the chat. I could have swore he was in the Discord. Where his ass at? Why Nemo not getting in?
Put a dagger through. I'll have someone put a dagger through a child for me. Then so be it.
What's he got going on?
Sure, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that you're being morally clear, and basically it's my body. I can do whatever.
What are you sending me, Sherman? Is that a picture? Oh, y'all calling out Nemo. I got you.
I want with it. Even though, let me ask you a question.
Even though, like I said, most women don't regret their abortions at all. Like the vast majority of women report happiness and being okay with their decision. I'm sure you think that they're lying or they're indoctrinated or wrong or delusional.
But if it's not your DNA, how's?
Nah, I ain't watching for them. Shroom. The one with red hair is probably one of the more prettier ones. She's got a pretty face, and then she's got a pretty face, but the rest of them are all kind of, ew. Like, I don't care. A lot of what she says ruins any little bit of librarian that she has going on that makes her what kind of attractive. Belt to ass is what's needed. You right, Shroom. They all need their belt to their ass.
Is it your choice?
They probably like it.
What?
If it's not your DNA, why is it?
Choke me, push me, pull my hair. Choke me, push me, pull my hair. Let me sing that.
No, it's the baby has its own
the child
DNA.
to gestation.
Your partner's DNA, and then it forms into
It has its own unique DNA that's not yours.
It's part of your DNA. It's 50-50.
It's half. Oh, so should the man then be able to have veto power over abortion?
Well, the point is the man isn't the one incubating child.
But I thought if it's about.
Now the baby is in an incubator? Are we cloning motherfucking babies now, or are you giving birth?
DNA.
If you get,
I never made it.
They're comparing cloning a baby to giving birth to the baby. Yeah, eat the ones that are in the open bag. Why open both bags? Yeah, put that bag back and eat the ones that are in the big bag that are open. Use those ones. Save these ones for when those ones are gone. We don't need 2 bags of the same chips open at the same time. That ain't where they go. Where'd you get them? Put them back where you got. At least put them on the counter and then turn that light back out. Put them on the counter and turn that light back out. Right there in front of you. Why'd you turn around? Right there by the stove, bro. Mikey, you're being silly. I'm going to come and take them both away from you. Put them on the counter and turn the light out. Now turn the light out. Thank you. Thank you. All right.
DNA argument you did. The argument that I was going to make was, or I was going to ask you the question, do you think another person has a right to your life and your body?
Does another person have a right to, well, technically, because abortion was legal when I was in utero, someone did have a right to my life and body.
Okay.
And my mom chose life, praise God. So did all your moms.
Thank God someone chose life for Charlie, except for the dumbass that shot him.
Yeah.
My mom
The
actually wanted an
argument.
abortion.
Are you glad that she didn't have an abortion?
No.
So you would rather be dead?
I don't know. I mean, life can be
If she
difficult.
didn't exist, you would not be able
Life can be difficult.
to even
Send
know
the
what you
asteroid on
never,
that one.
Yeah.
what you
Um,
never,
Man, trying to be a woman, it
materialized.
would be as
A couple people wanted to come in really quick. It looked like you wanted to come in. I'd like to give you an opportunity to speak. Then I think you had more Pixie than Molly. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It was just backtrack just on what he was saying
Go for
on
it.
not wanting to have the responsibility. I think that's really, I don't really think that makes sense because I don't think sex is just for reproduction. It's just like asking you,
My father
you
didn't
know,
leave
like
me. He
every
left my
time,
father.
I'm not trying to bring in your wife,
You're
but
shit
you
right,
know,
you
every
aren't.
time you
My dad never left. We left.
have sex with your wife, it's purely for reproduction. I feel like that is very inaccurate. So, I mean, it's hard to expect everyone who isn't in a marriage to just not have sex just because they don't want to get pregnant or just because they don't want to have that
Wait,
responsibility.
did you even make the argument that sex is purely
No,
for
I
don't
didn't.
think you
But
did.
Angel's making a good point, and I want to give her credit for this. What she's saying, and it could be misunderstood that I was saying sex is strictly for reproduction. What I was saying is that everything in life has consequences and choices, right?
Correct,
And
yes.
at times, the mainstream predominant narrative is that sex comes with almost no downsides, and we're going to give you either the technology, the procedure, or whatever to try to limit those downsides. But the difference is that when my wife and I have sex, if she results to be pregnant, which she did, is that we live with that consequence, which happens to be a positive consequence. And that's what I would say.
This
And
is
in those
where
very
the most replayed section of the video is, and then it's coming to a close after this.
very rare cases, because what we're talking about is improbable. It would be, first of all, insanely unpopular. And I'm
Yes, these three have the three that you can see on screen have the prettiest faces. For whatever you were talking about, Shroom. But nah, I'm only watching the video really because of Charlie Kirk. I don't know who, other than learning her name from this video, I don't even remember what their names are. I just remember her name is Molly, and that she's a porn star. So her name is a drug, and what she does is a drug.
very aware of that. But I offer grace and forgiveness to women that have had abortion, not to the people that have conducted.
Helmet is number one. She's pretty too. She's got a pretty face, but she's not classified with the hoes. She's not. She's part of the show. She's not classified with the 304s. These dumbass hoes.
I do want to move on here a little bit because Charlie has to leave
You're
in
gonna have to
about
wait for the next step.
15, 20 minutes.
Oh.
So last thing on the abortion thing, just really quick, and I think we might have touched on this before, I guess just for Pixie and you, just since you guys seem the most vocal on this topic, do you think that a woman not being financially ready is a valid reason to get an abortion?
Yes.
Yeah.
All of you? Okay.
Yes. Yes.
What about
No, if you're not ready to have a child, stop partaking in acts that can get you fucking pregnant. Come on now. Get your shit
parental
together. people.
responsibility?
Get your
Maybe they
shit
could
together.
be financially ready, but they just don't want to.
And if you wait till you're financially ready, you'll never fucking be financially ready for a child. Children are expensive. Children are a sacrifice to your life because you have to give back. You have to give back. Your life is greater than meaning for just you at that point. Your life has meaning for much more because now you have somebody that depends on you, that relies on you to provide and help teach them what they need to know so that they can make it in the world when they're on their own.
increased
And they
burden,
right
I guess,
decisions.
to be a parent. Is that also a valid,
That's valid.
valid reason?
I don't think the government has a right to basically dictate your bodily autonomy. That's
Yeah.
where I draw the
And
line.
that's what Trump was
so
trying
I
to
have-
help. Trump was trying to make it so that the government didn't have a right. Trump was trying to make it so it was left up to the state, so that each people had the choice to vote on what they wanted for their state. He was taking it out of the government's hands. Hypothetical question: if you accidentally hit a cat, someone's pet, it's a sad, and you probably cry. Shortly after, you find out that cat was pregnant. Is it more sad, and why?
Being
Sure.
is dependent on it.
So I have a question for you. What do you say to a man who is not financially
You can stop pretending you know Spanish, Messi.
ready or who is not perhaps
Say it with your chest, boy. Say it with your chest, boy.
not ready for the parental responsibility? What do you tell him?
We speak English up in here.
Should he have not
Up
had
the hill.
sex? Is that what you tell a man?
No.
No.
I think they should have been more careful, but I wouldn't say overall that they're irresponsible
If I gotta put your message through Google Translate, it needs to not be said.
for engaging in sex. Accidents happen
No,
with
but
everything.
what is the outcome for a man who is not financially ready or does not want the parental responsibility?
Paper abortions. They call these paper
Well, I
abortions. You
think
can write away your
men's
parental
rights advocates prefer, I believe that the term is legal paternal surrender.
Legal paternal surrender
Is the
solution to this,
Yeah.
where men can surrender their rights and any claims to parenthood of that
And they
child
wouldn't
if
have
they
to
concede a term. Somebody else.
Okay, Pixie, any thoughts on that?
Yeah. I guess I just I'm in similar alignment. I think again, I think there's a legal question of abortion and there's a moral question as well as when it comes to giving birth. And that's why I think even morally, even though I might not personally have an abortion or whatever, I just don't think the government has a right to tell you what to do with your body.
if you can try to actually answer the question. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
what do you tell? Because in all 50 states in the U.S.,
You don't know what LBAN means.
whether there's
You
abortion
don't
rights
even
or
know
not
what
in that
LBAN
state,
means.
in all 50 states, if the woman chooses to proceed with the pregnancy and has the child,
Wait till you figure
there's
out
certainly
what
going to be some either financial or parental responsibilities that men cannot so easily do away with.
Yeah.
Do you think that it's?
I understand what you're saying. I
What do you tell a man though who's like, I don't want to have to pay child support. I don't want to have to be parentally responsible for the child. What do you say to
yeah, I
a man
think
in
you
that
have
situation?
a legal right to do that. That doesn't necessarily
Well,
mean-
men don't have a legal right to do that in
Or you
any
should
state.
have
Then they
But it's really interesting how people who are in favor of abortion become Bronze Age pro-lifers when it comes to the male side of this.
Well, no,
because
I'm consistent. I've said that legally. Oh, I don't think the government should have a say on what you do with your bodily autonomy. And I think legally, a man should have the government shouldn't necessarily force you to claim childhood or parenthood over a child that you don't claim to have. Does that make sense? I'm saying that there's a legal consistency here that I believe in.
Okay, so you're in favor of a legal paternal surrender.
Yeah.
Perhaps in states where abortion is legal.
Yeah. And men are already surrendering their children, even without that not happening.
I think
men
should
can
be
walk
forced to
out
take care of their kids.
Just
on their
because you use
men can
the
already
word
walk out on their
yes,
children.
it doesn't
Men
make
can
it
walk out on their
bad.
children.
But
They already
more,
do.
you don't
I think it
think
would
so
be better.
Of course.
But I don't think, yeah, I think there's a difference between moral and legality, and that's where I think we would agree.
Yeah, men are already doing this. I think it would just be better to regulate it and bring it above board and make it a formalized legal thing.
So I have a question.
support
You're
carnage.
obviously very
Get it,
pro-life.
I'm not dis-
Are you a
very
vegetarian?
through.
I am not a vegetarian. Yeah.
I'm vegan.
Doesn't sound
Even
very
though I'm
pro-life.
Well,
Slay.
A cow is not a human being.
For his
It's a
heritage,
life.
my heritage can't be defined.
It's not a
It's more
human
life
life.
than a
I think he's
uterus.
pro-human.
Hold on a second. You do know
Human
that
supremacy.
vegetables are alive too.
Broccoli screams when you pull it
Yes.
from the ground.
So,
So-
and by the way, there is a moral difference between a cow or a salmon or swordfish than a human being.
I don't think she was equating them, but she was just saying that they have the capacity for life,
I think they're
suffering,
still alive.
I think
That's why I
a
said,
cow.
hold on, rewind the tape. I said, when does human life begin? I did ask that question, right?
No, I don't think she was calling that into question. I think she was just asking,
was
do
just
you
saying
extend that to
general
animals? Because most people
pro-life.
won't.
No,
We don't
I-
give two shits about
Do you,
animal rights. Great now.
while you're shooting your OnlyFans content, your pornographic content, do you wear your cross while you?
Different conversation for different days.
And I noticed you're wearing a cross. I think you're.
I know I took off my cross. I don't have a cross with me right now.
That top
I
one
have it
is
at
like
home,
an
but-
altered. Anyways, do you wear your cross while you're shooting pornographic content?
I probably have, yes.
You probably have. How do you reconcile? Are you Christian?
Well, I grew up Catholic.
Okay, Catholic.
And my mom is, we grew up Catholic because my dad and my
Sure.
mom is Christian.
Okay.
But, I mean, my personal beliefs, I believe in God. I believe in a higher being. But
Sure.
I'm not as strict as I would say a Catholic would be,
I
like
love them that
firm
much.
believer,
I
like
would have paid
believer.
the whole
Okay.
So,
damn 2.5
I mean,
hours.
I
I
don't
spent
really
30 minutes
think
of it.
much of it, and maybe I'm at fault for that. But
Mm-hmm.
I wear the cross because I do believe in God, and I love,
Sure.
you know.
I guess just how do you reconcile, wearing the cross, sort of still being a Catholic, I
coming
guess,
to a close.
with producing pornographic
False.
content,
I guess.
which does seem at odds with the faith.
I mean, she already said she doesn't think too much about it.
I don't. That's
Okay.
maybe that's where
I don't think it's at
fault is,
odds. You ever heard of Mary Magdalene?
What
Jesus
is the assertion with her?
Mary
Because
Magdalene
I've
was-
heard differing accounts on that.
Mary
Are you
Magdalene
Christian,
was a-
Charlie? Or-
Yeah, mildly Christian.
Okay.
Yeah, Mary Magdalene was a prostitute.
Yeah.
As inferred in the scriptures. But Jesus did tell a prostitute in John 8 to sin no more. So
Sin
he
no
loves all
more.
He
people.
befriended her, and he was.
That
he
is
loved her.
correct. He loves all people, but he didn't necessarily love what they did.
Sure.
That's
Yeah.
important.
Okay.
And I'm only saying that. I don't think that there's any point in the Bible where Jesus endorses her actions, but he does have love for her. So
Correct.
Sure. Okay. And so, I guess okay. Do you think God wants you doing adult pornographic content? Because you said you at least believe in God, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I don't think he specifically likes it, but I know that he does love me, and I have reasons to why I do what I do.
Okay.
And they're good reasons.
Sure.
And it's not
I want to make money.
mostly it's not selfish at all, and
No, it's
I
selfish.
actually provide a lot for my family.
Do
It is still selfish.
you think
It
God
might.
wants?
What you do with the money afterwards doesn't dictate the action you did to get the money.
Wants you doing adult content? Split, Nick?
Dun, dun,
Probably
dun,
not.
dun, dun,
Okay.
dun, dun,
Okay.
dun,
But,
dun,
Fair
dun,
enough.
dun, dun,
Do you have any thoughts on that, Charlie?
Well, I have like broad thoughts in general.
Okay,
I've enjoyed the discussion, everybody. And I will just make one parting thing.
Sure.
Thank you guys for a respectful conversation, even though we see things very differently, and I hope the chat enjoyed it. Look, for whatever it's worth,
Hopefully the chat enjoyed it.
if you're
heard it.
engaged in the
Y'all better
creation of that
enjoy it.
content, I think God has a better plan for you. I know that might sound preachy and not what you want to hear, but just maybe you'll have an encounter with God, and Jesus loves all of you, and he can
That's the
transform
better
your life. He
message.
transformed my life. I had a lot of problems in my life, a lot of problems, and Jesus solves everything. And every day is a new day, and it's a hopeful, beautiful life ahead of you. And I know that might not be something you even believe.
All right, gang. We are done with the video. We are done with the video, guys. I know y'all are happy as hell. Y'all happy as hell. Well, we'll do a poll on some of the videos that you guys post in the Discord. And we'll see which video we will do Wednesday. So y'all already know what to do. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I appreciate all of you. Much love. Y'all stay blessed. Peace. Nah, just kidding. No, peace. My personal